Yes, I know. Oh yeah. Hey, Kool-Aid man.
Good morning, guys. This show is brought to you by Jonestown Cola, and
Jonestown Kool-Aid. That's why we did Kool-Aid man. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know what's going on outside, but I'm about to start by getting rid of your dog. I'm assuming there is somebody
Which
just
one?
standing across, probably all of you. You, the little one, and the big one
I
outside.
have a cat on my lap. That's why I'm not moving.
All right, guys, this is going to be, I'm not going to be able to deal. Why am I missing my phone? Our dog has
Camera.
not stopped for the last 20 minutes. I'm just wondering what he's after. You might as well, this is already off schedule. I got to find out what's going on with the dog. But good morning to everybody.
Morning, guys. Good evening. How you guys doing? Hope everything's doing well for you guys. Magandang umaga, masanting awak, maayong buntag sa tanan.
Oh, I love it when he says Santana. I gotta love it. Got to be somebody in the yard. More than likely, there's somebody in the lot. The dog has not stopped.
Parked over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness I didn't park on the other spot.
Today is market day,
Yeah,
so
they
the parking of
Kind of get crazy.
the car. I set the live out at 9:30 because he went out to go get additional medicine because you guys know the pharmacies never have enough of anything, so he had to go.
Yeah, they didn't. That's why.
Yeah. So, all right. Today we're going to talk about somebody, I call him the Johnny Somalia 2.0. And this has to be the worst vlogger in the Philippines. I hands down. Even the food stamp king has nothing on this dude. And we were contacted by over a dozen people. And recently the original person came back and they were like, they mentioned who he was, and we weren't going to cover him. And I knew it would. Do you mind? I don't like Google up here because her fur's falling out. It's everywhere, and you're getting it on me, and it's flying in the air. See it, George? You have to put her down. It's getting caught in the fan.
All right, Google.
Sorry, sweetie.
Sorry, Google.
Babe, George, Jesus, criminy, look at this.
What?
I'm not even kidding. Look
It's
at
not
it.
my fur.
Right, but she's shedding right now. It's
It could
molting
be.
because I know.
It could be my fur.
No, it could be. You haven't shaved in a while.
This show has been brought to you by Manscaped.
Right. If you don't go find what Filipino is disturbing my dog, all of you are going, including him. And I'm going to become Johnny Somali point
She
3.0.
came back.
You have to put her down. I
did.
don't care what she says.
I did.
Please put her
I did put her down. She
All right.
came back.
Ask her to get down. You're disturbing, babe. We're not getting to the live, and this is a little disturbing for me. And you're getting the rest of the fur on you. You have to tell her no. Oh, jeez.
Right now, sweetheart.
All right. So the guy is worse than Johnny Somali. And he started this channel. First off, I'm not going to give you the name of the channel. That is 100% sure. If you want it, you can contact us at Philippine Antics through email, or you can contact us through Messenger, through Facebook, and we will give you the name of the channel. If you guys know who he is, that's fine. And besides that, 1 second here. Okay. So I was just telling him that if somebody wants the name of the channel, but the gentleman's name is Mario, and this video that we've edited, or I edited, was very painful.
Heavily edited.
Very heavily edited, and George has not seen it. He's going to react. I wanted to put more in. I've been working on it for 2 days. He just put some content up in the last 24 hours. He does live streams. He's a channel that's under 1,000 subscribers, and he's everything that expats do not want to be here, and he's everything you don't want to be in the United States. So according to him, he's a dealer. According to him, he's a crypto king. According to him, he's filthy rich. He drives a Tesla. No need to say anything else besides that. He throws up gang signs. He talks about he is part of the gang. And 1 minute he's talking about Oregon, and what was the city he mentioned earlier? He mentioned another state, and I said, but he said he's from California. But either way, the guy is out there, and it's so heavily edited. His footage reminds you a lot of the footage is real shaky. It reminds you a lot of the live streams from, what is the vlogger of Mindanao?
I don't know his name.
Oh, jeez.
I probably do, but I don't recall his name.
And we have to blank a lot of it out because he is using the N-word. He's very racially slurred every 5 minutes. He's always cussing at somebody. He's always up in somebody's face. He's loud, but it's weird. When he was in the US in the Uber, and when he was in the airport, he was awful quiet. But the moment he got on the plane, I'm surprised the air marshal didn't get him. George hasn't seen this footage. I had to block a lot of it out, but it was in this and in that, and I'm this, and I'm on drugs, and he talks about carrying his drugs, and gosh knows. But either way, the guy is way out there. Stay around for the clip because I can't deal with the dog. I can't talk over the dog. What is up? Too bad we don't have headsets. No, we have a scrapper across the street, or bring him in. It's the only other thing I know to do, but he's not going to stop. He's pulling out everything out of there, so maybe he's working for the day. Can you?
Please stop.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would say about bringing it. I can't continue with him. That's too much. There's already a whole lot going on today. And this is... Willie, come on. Just let her out to shake off her fur. That's fine. Willie, come on.
Willie.
Sorry, guys. Don't worry about her. Are you trying to catch her? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You better...
Loudmouth.
I know. You got to put it down, babe. Some random yellow cat looks to be about 6 months old. yellow and white. He does look like one of the kittens because we rehomed a few in the past year, but it's funny. One just showed up like he knows the place, but George said it'd probably be an impossible because the one that adopted Cookie's kids last year, that'd be about his size maybe, but I don't think he'd have found his way home. He was too little to remember the house to make it back. Too far away too. So anyway, so we have to apologize. I'm pretty sure we got every N word out of here, but the racial slurs, he tries to even get young kids and employees at 7-Elevens and the prostitutes that he takes on. Also, this channel video is just it's just out of control. I'm surprised the channel even exists. According to the dozen people that contacted us, they forwarded his videos to the embassy and local police here in Angeles, and I guess he's been in Manila, Cebu, and a bunch of other places. So the worst. I mean, he makes that food stamp king guy that was just out of control look like child's play, but he's the same as Johnny Somali. He gets in people's face. You guys will just have to see. It's, oh God, I can't even. He is so ghetto. Let's just put it that way. He is the most ghetto
That's
vlogger.
probably a better word, yes.
And he's ethnically challenged.
What?
Yeah, he thinks he's I think he thinks he keeps saying he's with the Bloods or something.
No.
He wears a grill and he's trying so hard, and every 5 minutes he's calling someone the N-word. So we really had to heavily edit. Plus, he had been in a bike accident while he's here. He's always intoxicated, and we have he's got voyeurism going on where he's taking cameras into the bathrooms. He's breaking every law, and he's been loud in front of police, and they haven't done nothing. So I'm surprised. Like literally, he was screaming out stuff at him. Maybe they just assumed he was drunk, but so we're gonna run this clip here, and then we'll go in and say our highs to people and everything. But the first clips, again, this is a reaction. George himself has not seen this. I'm the one that's been editing this, and for the most part, he will introduce himself. I want to let you know he's high out of his gourd when he starts this first video. Yes, I know they're cute, but be careful. I don't need puppies. She's very submissive with Willie in the house, our little dog. Yeah, so it is cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's like licking and hugging on Willie. She's really cute. She's playing girlfriend to him right now, the puppies. But he is high out of his gourd. I can't even begin to say what he's on, but he's having a hard time breathing. And he doesn't do this in the rest of his videos. He goes on and he's delusional about having X amount of jobs. He's been in and out of jail. He talks about this in his videos. His house. You want to talk about a hot mess? I've never seen a house in my entire life this bad off. The trash, the pickup, it's just bad. It's just, you guys just have to see the whole thing. So this is going to look like some weird documentary. And it just is establishing who he is. But this guy has been reported. But yeah, let's go ahead and roll this. Just stop it when you feel you want to make a comment, or I'll give you a sign or something. I'm gonna need something myself after this.
All right, here we go.
Story. I was homeless. I trap, rap, biology degree. What was it called? The top of the class was called honors or some shit. Yeah, honors. I have an EMT active license, national registered.
Okay. Let's start with, he's definitely on something big time. I would say that it's, what's that big thing going around right now? Fentanyl or something. But he's definitely, whatever it is, he's tweaking bad guys. And when he tells things, he goes into lapsing about a couple different things. Like he'll talk about his weight here in a little bit, and he changes the number 3 times in like a second. He'll say, I used to be 276.54 or something. And it's the way he tells it and everything. But he'll go on here in a minute about being in jail and how many people he's helped. George, it's the cats. Please put the cats down.
They're the ones coming to me.
If I dropped a mop in your hand, are you going to mop the floor?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try that later. Sorry, babe. The fur. I fight this, and officially you're putting
See,
fur.
she's waiting again.
I know, babe, but please, the last couple live streams, and now my face is itching, and it's bad enough. And I try to keep the cats off around the table during the live stream. It's an allergy thing.
Okay.
Not up on us during the live with the fan blowing in this direction.
With the exam and shit. Ooh. But yeah, and I am a very good trained life coach therapist. I've been in jail many times. I've helped many crazy people in jail to get their lives right back on track, and they thank me so much. I have a few friends like that, for real. They're crazy, honestly. And I've never been I mean, I'm crazy too, but I got back too on my feet. I was homeless, and I got back.
Car, nice car, very beautiful car. Look at the beautiful lights, ambient lighting in this car.
1 second. I want to add to that. If you guys will stick around, this is about a 15, 16-minute video. But at the very end, it'll show he has court dates coming up here in about a week. But in watching his channel, which there's a lot to watch, although he's only been around for about 6 months, he's actually stated that he's here long term. So he even mentioned 6, 7 months out, which means he has no intention to return for his court date. So he does still have legal issues going on in the Philippines or in the United States. And it is dated for another state. So according to him, when he left, and his driver's license that he'll show later, along with drugs in his room, it actually states that he's from California. But the legal documents are showing from Oregon. And then when he leaves, he says he's escaping. Well, I guess it would be Salem. It could be Salem. That's the one area. He said he was from Salem and somewhere else. So I guess he's all over the place. But I think the Tesla car owner just says a whole lot. So anyways, doesn't make a wedge.
2025 car or something. Free water. This is the best Uber in the room, guys. Big one. Okay, guys, I'm here at the LAX airport. I'm about to go to the Philippines.
Notice how quiet he
Thai
is.
Airlines or some shit. This is a nice, cool guy right here. He's so buff and handsome. Just like all the other big dogs that watch this channel. And also all the female big dogs that watch this channel. Big brr. Cathay Pacific, where I'm going right now. Let's check in on baggage. Key baggage, I'm the cookies backpack at mine.
No, it's okay.
I'm flying with the economy up in this bit. Cathay Pacific to the Manila, Philippines. Yeah. I just got past the luggage check. I'm going up to the TSA.
He's running the camera the whole time in there.
Same as this week. Today, I guess.
Boarding pass, you need?
Yeah, the boarding pass. Sorry about
I have
that.
2 of them, yes, sir. That's 2 right there.
All right, sir. Thank you. You have a good
Thank
night.
you.
No, he's
Past
super
the boarding pass
respectful.
check. Next check is in the TSA, I suppose. Let's get some exercise. Rocky Balboa. Eye of the tiger. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, oh, shit. Dun,
Kelly,
dun, dun.
it's really escaped my
Eye
mind.
of the tiger. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Big.
He does quite a bit in his videos. He does a lot of voyeurism on the women here. He'll zoom in on other expats. He zooms in on the females. He even calls a woman, in Makati, he was doing it quite a bit, yelling out loud at him things like cussing and everything and wolf calls. That's illegal. All that stuff of the voyeurism in the bathroom, the voyeurism of the camera on him and yelling out names like that and calling him stuff is still a problem. He could still be arrested. That I'm actually shocked that they haven't gotten him because, like I said, he approaches a police station that's opened up, which seems to be the tourism police or whatever, and he's actually yelling things out. And it's just shocking to me that they have not gotten him. But I'm sure his time is coming.
Hello.
Hi, just a passport.
Thank you.
I'll interrupt for a minute. American in the world. Never seen you before. Maybe you've been in here before, but that seems like the attitude of somebody that was in here a while back saying just play the video. It's a reaction video, dude. We'll do whatever the hell and how the hell we want to do it. Okay. We are allowed to stop and react and talk about it and do whatever. It's a live stream. This could go on for hours.
To mention, it's kind of hard to do a retro reaction, if that makes any sense. What I'm saying is, imagine the ones that review movies and they play the whole movie and then do a review on the end. It just doesn't make sense either. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's the same as this person wouldn't mind it if
No,
it
the
was that
format.
one guy.
Well, first off, the format doesn't work because most of the stuff are no longer. First off, you don't remember unless you have a script, and even as a viewer, you tend to forget stuff.
Yeah. And it's the same reason I cut George off all the time, or vice versa. He has done the same to me. It's because there's current stuff on our mind, and that's what makes our channel. We appreciate you being here, but we've already discovered in the past that people that are doing that, they're just wanting to get the content themselves. So it's content that they're trying to record, not saying it's you, but we have had people do that before where they've just taken the content. So we'll stop and start whatever on this.
You know that pasta, bro. That chicken, mashed potatoes, that beef and rice, and all of a sudden the pasta came out of nowhere, bro. Oh, pasta! Hell yeah, we want pasta in this bitch. Snitching on me. What do I do now? I'm recording myself. All right, I'm allowed to record myself.
And real quick, speaking of stopping, he said the N-word. Okay, the racial slur N-word probably 200-300 times in this clip of his video. And this is one of many videos. And it was in this and in that and F-U-N. And it was, I didn't mind leaving the cussing in there, which is already bad enough, and him discussing sexual acts. And he wants to join a club of being with minors and this Filipino talking about their drug habits, which is up and coming. Okay, but we're going to react on that. But it's not as bad as him using a racial slur no matter what. And especially coming from this guy. This guy is so majorly ghettofied. So, and he was trying to get people to say it and everything, but he said it so many times and applied it towards people and other Filipinos. Appears to be other Filipinos sitting next to him. It was just horrible. It was embarrassing, and he only gets louder on here, and he just starts cussing towards people. And but yeah, I got as much in here as we could. So okay, just want to say that it has to be cut.
So okay, let me get a Diet Coke. I'm rich, bro. I don't deserve this treatment, bro. Everywhere I go, they send me to jail. You got the Haagen-Dazs ice
He
cream.
told him to get rid of his camera, and he refused to do it.
And then I got the red wine. We're gonna wash down some hydrocodone with these red wine, right? To get rid of the surgical procedures the Salem police did on me in America. The surgical procedures the police did on me. I need to take hydrocodone.
Like he was getting it.
The police did surgical procedures. Man, I'm gonna have to take a bunch of pills and drugs to get over this bullshit. I'm gonna take so much drugs.
Imagine.
He got the chicken. He got the pasta. I got the pasta. Oh, I don't have. This beautiful lady behind me got the.
Imagine being on an international flight with no way to land with a guy acting like that. Like for real, beyond times 10 Karen. He's sitting there talking about he's got to get his drugs in him. It doesn't matter how or whatever, but then he kept saying drugs afterwards. And a lot of it had to be bleeped out because it was either followed by the N-word or before he said the N-word, and it just didn't stop. But then I guess at some point he had arguments with people, including passengers in there. And I'm really surprised they let him back on the plane because that had to stop somewhere and he had to board another airplane. More than likely the same company or something, but yeah. No, the dude, well, supposedly he is, but according to him at some point, his bloodline might have Middle Eastern in it, but he's still born in America. And he's from Los Angeles. His IDs show that, and where he's living shows he's in LA. So, I mean, I've got German and French in me 2 generations over. It's probably the same with him.
Yeah,
so,
it's
yes.
the same.
So, technically, he is. He just happens to be a little tan skin. That's all. So, it's probably no more than an Italian person with the bloodlines and this and that. But basically, he is a white boy trying to act ghettofied. And so, he and this other Filipino that's taking him around Angel City, he's been here several trips, and he talks about he was here in 2023 and he was here last year. He's back again. He's here for the next 6 months or more. But he does go on. They're throwing up gang signs and BB this and I'm gonna do this and I'm shooting up this, and it's just crazy. He leaves the drugs around his room. He shows it on camera. He's displaying all of this on his YouTube, and it's still active. So I'm sure it's just a matter of time. But everything that this guy is, including the clips we play on the end, shows the inside of his house. He leaves his rooms with condoms on the floor everywhere. He doesn't pick up after himself. He doesn't pick up after the house. There's animals going around the house with torn up paper and trash and laundry. And the guy's definitely got some mental issues, and how he got through immigration is really surprising for me. So
Got the what's it called, mashed potatoes or some crap. We're in it to win it, man. We're in it to win it. Female big dog edition, male big dog edition, older, smaller, younger, bigger. We all in it. I'm so uncomfortable for the rest of my flight. I'm so uncomfortable for the rest of my flight. Everyone wants to call the police on me or some bullshit. I'm just sitting over here so scared to even look at someone at this point. What airline is this, guys? Who gives a fuck? I'm not famous enough to put them down.
I don't think anybody calls any.
It's all good. Yeah, so
Now, what's interesting here is that he says everyone wants to call the cops on me. There's a reason for that. What I'm saying is, if you include everyone, first off, I don't think it's everyone, but I'm pretty sure it's come from more than one person, and obviously he's making a racket. You know what I'm saying? So.
oh man, he's out there.
I'm just gonna mind my own business in this corner and look at a wall so I don't go to jail. Because all the Karens in here or some shit, I don't even know what's happening. They damn near tried to kick me off the plane, guys, over some bullshit, female simp shit. It's all good though, freedom of speech is still real. My mans, that's why God made me rich, because of all this snake ass shit that's going on. No more recording anything but myself. It's the plane or some Illuminati. It's some Illuminati bullshit made up by the opposition. All the female brain people that are snakes. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, well, actually, there's. All right.
What do you think's wrong with him?
What?
Break the man down.
You mean other than being influenced? Under the influence?
Yeah.
Well, okay, first off, why do I think he's under the influence? One, his movement, his reaction, his
Loudness.
inability to stop. Second, his camera skills are way off. Meaning, in order to keep your camera somewhat steady, I'm not asking everybody to keep their camera steady, but for his camera work, trust me, it's bad, and because it takes concentration to do that. This guy has no concentration, so I think there's something. I don't know what it is, but there's something stopping him from. And second,
he's mentally ill, 100%. Of
right.
course, I mean,
now he brought up Illuminati, which is very interesting. Whenever somebody brings up something like that, Illuminati or some form of conspiracy that's unrelated, it's different if, for example, in the comments somebody was talking about some certain president. It's somewhat like, like conspiracy, that somewhat is somewhat related. But when somebody just throws something out there just randomly, then that's a loss. What I'm saying is there's nothing there. It's kind of like it's like
white enough.
let's have an argument, and here's my ammo, and the only thing they have is something that's unrelated, and they just drop it out of the can and said, "Oh, conspiracy theory," because they don't have anything. It's a sign. It's a sign of somebody who's lacking something. And again, why is he lacking something? I don't know if it's medically induced or a medical condition. I don't know.
We don't know what he is. Someone's in there talking about European and German and all that is European white, but this guy is definitely not white enough, dude. You get the whole point. The whole point is he's not he's he's not what he's trying to represent. There's names for that, but I'm gonna leave them actual statements out. But there's names for what he's trying to do, and looks like he's been in jail way too long.
Right. And
So
actually, Richie Rich makes a good point. I'm
hey,
agreeing
Richie
with
Rich.
with y'all. I think my man is off his meds. That could also be another reason. He could be off his meds.
It does.
And that's why he's out of control.
You'll see later there is a single bottle on the table. My guess is it's definitely for he's definitely off his meds, although he's got a but that may not be the full control of it. If you don't watch taking extra substances, like in the beginning, that's definitely he's on something. He's on meth, crack. He's on something in that first clips. His video shows that he's on something all the time. Then he talks about he's on stuff. Like here in a little bit, there'll be a video where he's talking with a Filipino one-on-one, and he went to go buy the stuff this time in Angeles City. And he's out searching for it. He goes, well, usually I just let these guys go and get it, but I wanted to meet the guy himself, like he was some big banger or something. And it turns out the guy never showed up, so he left. That was an entire live stream. And they go on about doing shabu. They go on about smoking blunts. He goes into 7-Elevens. I bought 30. We get it. The whole point is he's on substance. Substance usually comes with the mental illnesses and the bipolar and the schizophrenia. And the guy is loud. He's Johnny Somalia 2.0. And this isn't even the worst of it.
No.
He's confronting people, police. What I didn't put in there is at hotel rooms. He's been kicked out several times out of hotels. He was in a motorcycle accident recently in Angeles City on a bike. They actually rented to this guy. Then he goes on about people stealing his helmet, and he's going off on it. He goes off on hotels about roaches. He was getting into security faces that have guns outside of these hotels, talking about, man, it is 30,000 pesos, blah, 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 blah. And he's all up in their face while they're holding guns. Well, these Filipinos aren't going to do anything. I mean, they're very peaceful people, and they just kind of looked at him, but you could tell by the way they were rolling their eyes and stepping back. It was like in Japan. It was Johnny Somali all over. I was like getting bad, like flashbacks. I'm like, he's going to, oh, and by the way, according to him, those chains around his neck, and sometimes he wears 2 or 20 grand each. Because he goes, I ain't giving 3 chains for that house, and I'm not doing this, and that. And he's going on about the prices. And he walks around with wads of money. You can't do this, people. And it's, I'm just not playing this or sat through videos for my health for the last few days. It's because this guy's out there, and this is sometimes the stuff that you're dealing with here. And when we've talked about expat behavior, like I said, it's one thing just to sit on the YouTube and say this is and that, or you've done this. No, he's out there living it, and he's being rude to Filipinos, the cameras in the bathrooms, and following the Filipinas. But yet here he is still. And he's been in and out of the country doing this several times. There is one vlogger that was down here forever. What's his name? Tom Lechon. I'm just going to mention the guy's name because quite a few people know about his behavior here in Angel City. He's got a girlfriend, by the way. She's pregnant again. Filipino
Tom
Oprah.
Lechon isn't like this.
No, he keeps that on the inside. He interviews hookers and all that. But he has been known, him and his friends have been known to go in public on Angel City areas. And but he's not quite like that. This is on another level, in my opinion. And he doesn't go around say in this and in that and F that in, or say that in every third word. That's not Tom Lechon. So he doesn't go around saying these racial slurs and calling people Nazis, and he calls people terrorists. Like, he actually pointed out Middle Eastern people. And that's the only time I got the indication that he might be Middle Eastern, because he said something about family being from Iran or something. And that's why I said he might be. But this guy says a lot of shit. So that's the only reason I admitted that he might be Middle Eastern. Who the hell knows what he is? But he's white boy Rick enough for me. So it doesn't.
White boy Rick.
So screw this little punk. If he would have been in my face, I'd have beat his ass down and took a ride home for free. That's all I got to say about that one. Hey, Disney Box, what's up?
It's all good though. Big brr. We gonna get to the destination.
What is? Can you do that?
Yes, we are.
Skeet, skeet, skeet.
Big brr. Big brr.
Big brr.
Big
I
brr.
can't do skeet, skeet. Is that where they've been using that? That's the last time that came back. Was that in Living Color? Is that how far back that? Skeet. I can't. He does it like every 4 minutes. Like, do you know how many times I had to cut the name of his channel out and him doing this? I mean, I think I'm starting to enjoy this right now. But hey, maybe he'll come on the channel like Food Stamp Boy did. Maybe he'd like to explain himself. Never know. Maybe this was all a ploy like the last guy, just trying to get on. You can't make this stuff up. The dude's been recording for like 6 months, 7 months. He didn't do all that
You
just
can
to
get
get
on
on
this
our
channel. Big brr.
Hey, you do that pretty good. Do a skeet skeet on the backside.
No, I'm
Come
not gonna
on.
do a skid ski.
Okay, I'll do the skeet if you do it.
Big brr.
Skeet.
All right. Anyway.
Do it.
No.
Do it again.
No.
One more time. Skeet, skeet,
Brr.
skeet,
Brr.
skeet,
Brr.
skeet, skeet. Oh, skeet, skeet in the sheets.
Oh.
Oh, dang, man. Don't take me out of watch this. Oh, my God.
No, it's not that far.
We gonna get to the destination. Yes, we are. The police can't touch me no more. As if I would want to record any of the fucking losers on this plane. I'm the most interesting person on this plane to fucking record. Whoever thinks I want to record their dumbass is so fucking full of their dumbass self. Fucking pussy ass people. Hey, maybe if people didn't want to be looked at, they should go and pay more for the bigger and more expensive packages. Oh wait, they can't afford it, broke ass motherfuckers.
He ain't
Bro, that's me
even
whenever I was
There you go, the dro.
before I ever went to jail. I was like 17, bro. I was 17
This is
in
in
the
the
picture. I was
Philippines.
160 pounds, not that much muscle, guys. I had just lost weight. I was 275 pounds, and I went all the way
He
down to
is 28
160. I
years
had muscle,
old,
but
by
not
the
that
way.
much. You know what I'm saying? Big dude. But bros, yeah. And I'm covering the information, the pertinent information, the bad information. You can't see that. Who YouTube will get mad at me. I'm covering that with the Kush. Big dude.
You're gonna get mad at you about the Kush, dude.
Marioli shit himself. California, Los Angeles, Bone, Nipsey was shot. This is not
And
a
so
plot.
this
Big
is in the
brother.
Philippines.
There's so much play, so much action. You don't even gotta cut your nails ever again. Big brother.
Oh,
Big
I got
brother.
something to say about those nails real quick. Here, let me respond on that. I don't even want to, but I'm gonna tell you why we're gonna bring the drama today. Do you know the reason why he says he's gotta cut those nails?
Why?
Because he says it's causing women to bleed during their acts. Fingers inside. Fingers in the punani. His nails are long. He's tearing everything up inside. They're bleeding, according to him.
No,
He goes on over and
it's
over again.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Well, either way, he says he's causing them to bleed, so they're complaining. He goes, they don't like it. And I'm like, okay. So it's like, you got to be that rough. But the whole point is that, yeah, that's what he's going on about. And he does it later. He goes into the 7-Eleven with these young cashiers. He goes, I got to get nail clippers. You know why I need nail clippers? Because the girls are complaining because they're bleeding when I put my fingers inside of them. And he's going on in a 7-Eleven with these young kids about all of this and that the cigar wrappers are for his drugs. And he doesn't stop. And he does this all on camera. So, hey, stop it, Cookie. Okay.
Get your next year. So what is the name of this? What's the name of this? The name? The name? The name? Peanuts? It's just a, yeah, he said it's a peanut, but it's actually not a peanut. I mean, it actually smells like something different, bro. It smells like some meat. It smells like they're cooking some meat or some shit, bro. But it's just all it is. What is the name again? Oh, it's just peanut, bro. Well, what's the name of the Filipino dish? The Filipino dish? You're mixing it together. What is the name? Adobo? It's not adobo. Bro, this guy's joking with me, bro.
It is.
So, yes, it's peanuts. It's just fried peanuts. When you said adobo, it's the flavoring, but it's peanuts. It's not special. If you buy that pack of peanuts, it's peanuts. I mean, there's really not much to it. It's just fried peanuts. Love that stuff.
But it is the reason it's adobo flavor because I've seen the video is there's little pieces of garlic and other flavors in there, so
No,
they call
but-
it adobo. They
yeah, I know.
adobo stuff. So when people hear adobo, it doesn't mean it could be adobo chicken, adobo pork, adobo rice. It's a flavoring, like it's the way they cook it. It's
Yeah.
the items that are added to it. But he was all up in their faces. And that wasn't the only part of it. Again, a lot of slang words being thrown in there.
Yeah, and then that camera work is his camera work. What I'm saying, that's about average on his part. That's the way he does
And he
it.
could be Latino, but according to him at one point, he did mention Middle Eastern counterparts, but he was screaming out people being terrorists, and he could be, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Pretty white boy enough for me.
Guys, joking. All right, guys. Philippines. I don't know what the name is. By Best Western in Pampanga, Angeles City. Big brr. In Angeles to cop some copping some dro in Angeles. And look at this. It's raining. We're on the way to Badger right now. Look at all these beautiful farms. Beautiful farms.
On a ride a little bit. Oh, this is creepy. That's a prostitute that he put in front of the camera. He was petting her and holding her mouth. And I cropped out where he's holding her.
Two white old men interacting as foreigners in the Philippines. Big brr.
Walk the street.
It's like the Hunger Games in this bitch, huh? They're all hungry for you.
That's also
Making money
another
like coffee.
hate girl.
The ultimate
hate girl.
test of a
All the
girl,
girls
she's
that are
good
with
or
him,
not. Big
it's
brr.
okay. As he said, he
In Makati, Philippines, big brr. There's this female walking like she's the hottest shit on the earth. Big brr.
following her, by the
All right,
way.
yeah, we're the Century Mall. You see that beautiful waterfall, just like Century City in Los Angeles, by the way.
So much from the gonorrhea. Check out the video I just posted about me getting gonorrhea for the 10th time. Big brr.
Dogs in Angeles, Philippines. Homeless dogs in Angeles, Philippines. Big brr.
That was a real thing, by the way. He had a room full of condoms on the floor that were used, and he shows them. And he says, yeah, it's only 1% chance. He goes, I just stopped wearing them or something about midway or something. And I'm like, what the hell? So, but yet at one point he puts a video on a HIV truck. He goes, what is this doing here in Angel City? That's why I go to Manila. And why are they even here? And they're so full of stuff here. And I'm like, they are in Manila. They are other places. It doesn't matter. HIV is up by, they said 500%. It said 514%, which I don't know how that's even possible, in the Philippines. So the cases are on the rise. And the same with, he just said it, I've had gonorrhea 10 times. I do want to respond on the voyeurism. I think George is waiting to say things at the end, but the voyeurism is absolutely illegal. If somebody asks you to take them off, like if you're recording at an event and somebody contacts you, just like the Filipina P said recently, some rude vlogger came up on her during a recording. And it was another channel that I really don't care for, just flat out. I'll tell you if I don't like the channel. I like the Filipina P. It doesn't matter if I react good or bad or mention her channel. I still stick to I like her channel. And it's, there's always going to be a difference of opinion. But this guy walks up while she's recording. And it took the wife to say something to him to stop. And she says, yeah, he's not listening to me. And she's like, listen, I have guests here that don't want to be on your camera. And he's only agreed to be on my camera. And I do have the right to ask you legally to not be on camera. So if they ask, you remove. If somebody has asked us, we have removed. So in a case like this, he's just following random people around and then saying rude things out loud. We're not talking like at a whisper, like when me and George are walking behind somebody talking about the Philippines. No, he's literally screaming this stuff out and he's saying rude things like that. And he takes the cameras into the bathrooms. That's automatic kick out of the Philippines. He can't do that. It doesn't matter male, female, or whatever, let alone the interactions with these young children. But when the Filipino here in a little bit mentions 10, 11, 12, and 13-year-old girls, he immediately jumps on the train, says he wants to join the train. Let's go find them young girls that I had the last time I was here. Those 18-year-olds and those young girls is what he repeats afterwards. But that's up and coming, guys, by the way. So
Look at this beautiful homeless camp. It has everything you would need for the low. Big drinking so I could prepare for the potentially piece of shit girl that's about to come over to my crib. Big brr. Here's the bathroom in the Greenbelt Mall, Ayala Mall in
There it
Makati.
is.
Big brr. Look at this nice ass bathroom. They clean it every 5 seconds. Big brr. Taking a piss like a king. Well, they said no helmet for 1,000. 10 people told me they have a helmet for 1,000. The motorcycle shop owner told me they have a helmet for 1,000. All these snake ass liars made me famous, right?
Hey, it's not okay, bros. Every fucking day some shit happens, bro. I fucking put my helmet down for 1 second so I can smoke some fucking cigarette, bro. And then fucking 1 second later, someone stole my fucking helmet, bro. I don't even want to work out anymore. I'm going home. Motorbike in Philippines, Angeles. Big.
Okay, so this is where they rent out the motorbike to him, which he wrecks, by the way. But I wanted to say that also what was not in the clips, up and coming, where he's talking to the Filipino. He asked him, "Why aren't you going to Thailand again?" He said the girls are way too expensive in Thailand. Things are way too expensive in Thailand, and things cost twice as much. He says he gets away with more stuff here, is what he says, and that it's really cheap, and the girls are really dog cheap that he's paying for. He can just call and they come. So that's why he says he's here, because he knows he can get away with stuff. Thailand will have nothing to do with that type of behavior. He'd have been in jail by now, 100%.
Yeah. Also, another interesting thing. For those of you who are in the Philippines, may or may not agree with me. First off, theft here isn't like that. Actually, be honest with you, I'm honestly shocked at how many helmets are left on the motorcycle. And some of them are really good helmets. I'm talking about good helmets, and most people leave their helmets on the motorcycles. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that theft of helmets doesn't happen. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying is it's very common for Filipinos and foreigners to leave their helmets on the motorcycle. Now, the reason why I stated this is, keep in mind, it's one thing if I said it. If I said it, then you have to analyze, okay, was it really stolen? Or is George just saying this for views? Now, I'm not saying he's doing it for views, but what I'm saying is his behavior. It's very erratic. He's always distracted. It's very possible he left that helmet somewhere else.
Like other
he
things.
went inside the mall or something and then put it down or something like that, and then thought that he left it on the motorcycle. A lot of things could have happened.
Well, but it does go without saying, as a foreigner side, I do know you still don't want to leave stuff around.
No,
like
no,
there
I wouldn't.
were
I
some
wouldn't.
snatchings. They just put something on the Expat forum that I'd seen 2 days ago where Filipinos were taking things in front of houses, like statues, and they were anything that wasn't glued down.
I'm not saying that it may or may not happen.
It depends on the neighborhood, depends on the circumstances. Don't go to the ATMs at 3 a.m. This guy breaks all the rules. He goes to the ATMs late at night. He walks around with chains. At 3 a.m. in Angeles, he walks around with wads of money. He's super loud. I'm just shocked and disappointed at the same time that nobody got him.
Wow, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, I'm gonna put it out.
I would never wish ill will of people, even the ones that do me wrong. But
that's you.
Yeah,
that's you. That's you. Sorry, that guy is a piece of shit.
Oh, hey, no.
Sorry. The fact he said he wanted to join the club and hook up with all these minors and stuff, and
you have to.
Yeah, he's a piece of crap. Who let you back?
Princess 512 making coffee for the man that just smashed her to smithereens. Big brr, stay tuned. I just crashed my motorcycle into some guy's car. I'm paying his car. I'm paying for his car right now. Big brr, I just crashed. The motorcycle fell off on my arm. My arm is so muscular that I didn't even hurt. My arm is so motherfucking muscular that shit didn't even hurt. Big brr, on BDs. I have blood on my arm for blood. Hey bros, I just crashed my motorcycle.
He's always trying to throw up the
What is the name of this? The name?
Rudy.
Rudy. No, this one. The name of this. Tahu. It's Tahu, guys. Tahu from Philippines. We're in Angeles now, guys. Big brr. Exquisite. It's like a flan that's warm drink. Big brr. That's the explanation for you guys. You can taste it so you get Richard to come here. Big brr. Then here it's cheaper, less valuable, the currency here. So it's better for me. Because I'm retired too, I don't have enough money yet. Pepe needs to go up. Remember, Pepe goes up.
You need to be wise to save the money.
From Pepe,
Yeah, from Pepe.
500.
Okay, here he is waiting on his dealer flat out says he's there for an ounce of weed. He also goes on, the other guy will go on how they're taking other substances, shabu, and they're discussing this in the open on a live stream within the week. This is just recent. And he'll go on now. They'll talk about hooking up with the minors and getting women and all of this stuff. And this is where they really get into stuff. So I always leave my helmet and I'm in Mindanao, right?
No,
Oh, is this Alex and Dumagetti? What Alex?
nothing.
Oh, you're talking about Alex Abroad? He does look like Alex Abroad a little bit.
Yeah.
He does look like Alex Abroad. Maybe I don't get the Alex reference. There's only one other Alex. There's the Russian guy. His name's Alex. Okay, so
Rack on Pepe.
Because the Pepe here in the Philippines is so very nice Pepe.
they're talking about crypto.
Yeah.
Supposedly he's on crypto, but he's on the tech.
You think my thinking, huh? I want younger ladies also.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pepe is over tight, very tight.
This bro is saying like the young girls are so tight. I mean, yeah, we're allowed to talk about this in the Philippines, bro.
I have 3 times teenager up to 6.
Which one?
3 times.
What? How old?
12, 11, and 14.
You're old?
All right, those are the ages of the girls, just so you guys know.
Yeah, and this guy, as I'm to understand, is married. Not this dirtbag, the other one, the Filipino that's helping him around and that's escorting him all over the place. I understand it's at least Angel City Inn. I know he's in Cebu right now, so if you guys see him, say hi to this guy if you see him, because he's floating around Cebu as of yesterday and today. He just released 2 videos in the last 24 hours. And you should know it's him. There's no way to mistake this guy. And he's he'll go, yeah, we'll just let it play. But either way, he's like a lot of guys that come here looking for getting away with things. And this has been going on forever.
Girls?
Yeah.
Bro, he had sex once with a 10-year-old girl, 11-year-old girl, 14-year-old girl. I don't judge, bro. I want to join the club, bro. Mark Del Ferrio's my...
There
Yes,
it is.
I want to join the club.
Yep. There you guys
Brother,
go.
I will join the
Here in
club
the
with him, bro. I don't give a
Philippines,
fuck. In the Philippines, it's okay.
No, it's not okay in the Philippines. Ever. Never have been.
Ever.
Never, ever, ever have been. If you're over 18, all underage girls are illegal to you. If you're over 18, all underage girls are illegal to you.
Correct. And here in a second, he's going to mention that the parents allow this. It still doesn't make it okay. Okay. You keep hearing, well, the parents put them out there to work for money, so it must be okay. So, the guys don't come here to pay for 18-year-old bar fines. They come here, quite a few of them, looking for these underage girls that their parents give up their cherry. That's what a lot of them are here to hunt. And they don't even pay nothing. Like, they'll pay more for Jollibee dinner than they do these girls. And they treat them like crap. And it's bad. It's really bad. The time they were trying to, is it ostracize and chastise and all that, the other vloggers, not just one vlogger in the past, about being with young 18, 19, or making comments, but yet nobody's doing nothing about this piece of shit. You see what I mean? There's no real proof, never was no real receipts on half the people they blamed in the past for messing with girls, but this guy takes the cake. And just because the parents say it's okay. And you know who else is a piece of shit? That other Filipino for helping. That's what's really bad. And that is not indicative
Well,
or
you
of
have to remember
Filipinos. He's
that-
like 1 in a million.
No, I agree. He's
That's-
worse because
He does not represent the
he's-
country.
he's the one that's the intermediary. He's the one who sets things up, which makes him worse because he provides the service.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
No, and this guy is scum too, and it really does. It's just incredible. Some of the stupid shit, and with George here, he's probably going to say, hey, but I've been attacked since I've been here over the littlest things, and then you got a guy like this that'll just walk around forever, plus a lot of channels. But this just idiot just happens to put everything on there, and he's doing on a daily basis, and he's been here several times, and it's like they're just nitpicking because they're jealous and hate. And this isn't jealous and hate. This is just an idiot. And this is what's infuriating
Yeah, don't
me.
do this, guys. This is not good. Don't do anything what this guy does. Don't say anything what this guy does.
Flashy about golden jewelry, flashy wearing, going to the ATMs, getting up in other expats' faces, getting in the faces of Filipinos, everything. He's getting in security's face. He's everything. This cameras in the bathrooms, cameras on board airplanes in people's faces. He's within inches of a Filipino's face on a flight here. And it's just a matter of time. I mean, talk about God looking out after idiots and babies and fools and stuff. This guy is being protected somehow. He's been in and out of the country with this behavior. And I know the country's cracking down on these guys, but he's even got an up and coming court hearing, but he's going to miss it. There's no way he's going to make it now. He's got a court hearing coming up for drinking and driving and something else.
Well, he's protected. He's probably like at home. He's like, I love you, chicken. You know.
Yeah, knows. Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, again, don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe. Always leave a comment.
Yeah, let us know. Skeet,
Big brr.
skeet, skeet, skeet. Let's skeet.
Philippines, because here in the Philippines the sex abusement here is not fair. That's why the poor people, poor family, they become slave. They all gonna make it GRO.
He's telling you the truth, bro. I never heard this before. This is my first time hearing this shit, okay, bro? I don't know. I'll join the club with my brother, bro, if I have to, bro. If he wants me to, I'll join the club. I'm not gonna talk shit about my brother, bro.
Her
No,
daughter
we'll
pushed
talk
her
about
to prostitute her own daughter, selling her daughter to other man to fuck, make it sex. They pay 1,000 pesos. Hydropetamine.
Amphetamine.
But I'm not alcoholic. I don't want alcohol.
No alcoholics over here, bro. Alcoholic, we accept you, bro.
Alcohol is not very...
Alcohol they make it legal in the Philippines. The girls be drinking and throwing up in my bed and shit, bro. I was cleaning that up like 2 days ago.
There's so many alcoholics here in the Philippines.
So many alcoholics, yeah.
Yeah. Outside in the house, outside that, you see there's many drinker outside. Baby, boy, girl.
Well, there's nothing wrong. Okay, now,
They do like to party here. They like their
First off,
karaoke.
consider the source.
Yeah, consider the source.
Consider the
The
source.
guy says
Okay.
he's been using shabu, so they're both probably on
Consider the source. So what I'm saying, he's got a lot of room to talk.
it.
But
Skeet, skeet.
here's the thing: the real difference between American alcoholics. I'm saying American because I'm being specific here. The difference between American alcoholics and Philippine alcoholics is American alcoholics sit at home, sit on the couch, or sit on their recliners and drink. You know what I'm saying? Or sit on the patio, or in the back patio.
They
something
do
like that.
probably more than I've seen in a lot.
Well, that's
lot
key word.
one
You
time.
won't see them because they're at home. Filipino alcoholics, or not necessarily even alcoholics, they usually drink outside the house. Most of the time when Filipinos drink, it's
Well,
they usually sit outside.
yeah, I think it's because of the weather too. It's nicer to
Actually,
be outside.
I was gonna mention that too. Yes, most of them go outside because it's cooler outside. Yes,
Mhm.
this is actually correct. Actually, the more slummier the area, the more people are outside. Because, again, remember what I always say, whenever you're house hunting, always look up to see if there's a ceiling. The poorer the area, the higher probability there's no ceiling. And that's why a lot of people in the Philippines sit outside, because some of their houses don't have ceilings, so they just hang out because of the weather.
Yeah. So it's just not indicative. I seen where someone in here mentioned Angel City girls are groomed from the South. It's been that way for years. yes, a lot of them that are coming that are from that area, and it's not all of Angel City, guys. You got to understand, it's 2 streets. It's X amount of jobs. Once you leave that area, you fall into other areas, Mabalacat, other places by the mall. You got all of Clark, the base, a lot of you got Korean Town, which is a really nice area. You got areas that are here that are really nice. It does not mean, in my mind, according to what I've read, what other articles I've read, and YouTube, I thought this place would just be crawling
Right
with
before
prostitutes.
Heidi
I really
came
believe they
here,
were all just half
she
of them.
really thought that it'd be crawling with prostitutes. No, it's not like that. I told her
Not
it's
even
not like that.
close.
Don't think like that.
Right. And when I say that, it's because other vloggers and other articles and other Philippine YouTubers are like, oh, well, I'm at the mall and they'll just approach me and all that. I was like, oh, hell no, they better not.
Yeah,
And that was my thoughts at that point. And then you realize if you've been here that it's actually not. But the girls do recruit when they go home for the holidays. They go home and they actually do recruit other girls to come in. And yes, the poor families, like a lot of Asian third world countries, or you guys call it developing. I cannot throw developing on the Philippines right now. It's same as the US. That there's it's you're going to have that. People in Thailand and Cambodia, they'll sell their entire child for a sack of rice when they have 6 kids. It is a real thing, but it doesn't mean that's every day. Me and George got into a small argument before the live stream.
Oh, it wasn't even that.
Well, when I say that, we were kind of going
It's
back
a
and forth.
discussion.
A discussion, okay. It's just
I'm
the
a numbers guy, so if
it's just being mentioned that the girls, that their parents put them into these jobs and they come here to Angel City, which they do. I thought it might have been
and
4 out of 10 Filipino women, 3 out of
no,
10.
don't say that because people
No, I'm saying that's what the discussion was.
I know that,
not
but
that's what
that's
I
why I
think
said
anymore.
don't say it in public because people will really think that that's.
I was just mentioning what I
I
said.
know that. I'm saying is when people hear numbers, they stick.
Okay.
So if the number's incorrect, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, you also have to remember the source. And what I'm saying is, like this guy. This guy knows this Filipino dude who's okay. I'm. Let's say that both of these guys are not good people. Okay, I'm not saying that they're not or they are. I'm not saying neither or nor because this could all be an act. But I highly doubt it.
I
though.
highly
doubt it.
this,
But what I'm saying is, be aware that people attract the same people. So this skeezy guy knows this skeezy Filipino because he knows his kind. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, they're hunting out each other. Yeah,
And
company.
The same reason why you have to watch
alcoholics will
out.
hang out in bars and hang out with other alcoholics usually.
Right, and you have to watch out what other expats say when they start talking crap about, Angel City is nothing but prostitutes and, hookers and well, that's because that's all they can see because
Right.
that's the type of person they are. That tells you that they're sexpats. Only
Correct.
sexpats
Would be searching that out.
Well, only sexpats can see that.
And it would go the same as the scamming. It'd be the same as the guys that get screwed by these girls and the large amount of monies. You see a few like Geo and Old Dog and other people saying, I got scammed. All of a sudden, every Filipina here's a scammer too. So that was one of our big discussions. It's not true. It seems like that. So then guys come here that are the good guys and are like, they're very weary. I don't want to be with that girl and I can't be with that girl. She might have been a prostitute or she might have been used up. She could be broken. So when guys come here, they need to, we said, do their own due diligence and think on their own. Do not rely on every video that's out there. So in other words, this idiot and that other idiot, it's not every American and it's not every Filipino that's there. But it does happen. And if you guys are coming here and you fall in that borderline that you got to come here and get some nookie and hang out at the bars here and get your fill, hey, we're, talk about not judging because that's what this guy keeps saying. I'm not judging nobody. That's fine, but understand that you don't want to be in the bad behavior and say, hey, you got a 12-year-old for sale, or you just got to watch what you do here. Just because you see this guy doing it doesn't mean it's legal either.
Well,
So,
yeah, there's a lot of things that Filipinos do. I'm not saying this part discussion. I'm talking in general. There's a lot of things that Filipinos do that is not in accordance with the law, and a lot of do Filipinos get away with it? For the most part, they do, because for the most part, it's really little stuff that nobody cares about. For example, like I said earlier, that modifying your motorcycle is illegal. It is, but that doesn't mean that the cops are going to catch these Filipinos, because for the most part, they don't care. That kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is, when you see Filipinos modify their motorcycles and you do it, and if cops catch you, don't be surprised, because it is against the law. But the difference is, they here they call it diligencia, which means, because you're a foreigner, they're like, oh, okay, I'll catch this guy because he might slip me something. You know what I'm saying?
and on the quick side note, again, I want to say a big thank you, Victoria, if you're still in the house. Thank you for the
Aw,
support for the kitties.
thank
and
you so
stuff.
much.
Yeah, well, I sent her a message. This was from a few days ago, but I just wanted to say thank you again to everybody that's been supporting the channel.
Yeah, thank you so much.
The reason we do it is not, we make a few $100s a month, and it all goes right back into the channel or to the pets. We take care of pets outside.
Hey, kitties. Victoria saved from being showmai for another day.
Stop. But thank you guys for the support. It really does mean a lot. Just you guys watching and everything is what really counts.
Seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's the big
Thank you so
reason
much.
we've done it. So,
They're growing up. They're so cute. They're upstairs though. You want me to go run?
we'll do it
Maybe
on the
later.
next live, because
Okay.
the next
Yeah,
live
they're
stream.
upstairs now,
The next
yeah.
live that we're going to cover is going to be about Social Security. Social Security is in big, deep trouble right now, and it's something that I want to cover because a lot of us are relying on it. And I will be in the boat with a bunch of others if they go cutting it and messing with it. And I don't think they're going to cut it off, but I think there's some stuff up and coming. And I've been looking for other channels that are covering it, and there's been one or two that have mentioned that it could become a problem, but it's mostly dealing with not turning in your paperwork, not informing them. Now, with what's going on in the White House and things going on, it's a hot mess. They're messing with every single thing, and it could become a problem. So I know I just covered on the other channel about the possibility of Medicare coming here, and people's like, no way it'll happen. But they are working on it. It's a bill that's been in for a while, and Filipinos are pushing it so they can come home. It's just not for the 35,000 Americans here. But like somebody said, two of the comments recently said, hey, what about what's going on with Social Security? You're right. And the next 90 days, it could go down. So it's temporarily. It's just a temporary, but we'll do the next live stream based on, but I thought this one was a little bit more, I mean, it's not that it's more important. We just will cover it on the next live stream. But thank you guys for all your support.
Now the kittens are like running around. They got their eyes open and stuff.
Yeah, and I understand. Discerning Dash said, why is Jen making YouTube videos on Mark's channel that she will do when time for taxes? She can't. Yeah,
She can.
she can. We said that,
can
and
get
we
in
had
trouble.
people attack us.
She can get in trouble.
I don't know how she switched it over. Now, there is a possibility it was an illegal document that she could, but she does need to re-register tax-wise.
She needs to do everything. She has to get a DTI. She has to get
Maybe
her
she
all.
has. We're
yeah.
not sure, but as
She has
long
to get
as
all her
she's-
proper licensing, or else
you
yes.
can inherit the channel, and he had to say it was for her, and none of the other family members have claim on it. And the back payments can go to her if it was all in there, that would, like what's currently rolling. But I did notice that it went from America to Philippines recently, which means maybe she's making a move, or she feels that. But if the money is dropping into a bank account in the US and it's under his taxes, she can't do that either. So there's a lot of things she's could or couldn't be dealing with. So
yeah. And Jen, if you're watching, I doubt it. If you're watching, I really suggest that you do make sure you have proper licensing for that channel if you're taking over Mark's channel. The reason why, it's a higher profile channel.
Yeah, I don't know why she's just not using.
I mean, what I'm saying is they go after the higher profile channels first and then go work their way down.
Yeah.
So she's just a bigger target now.
And if that's Hans just saying, why do you care? Let her do. And no, I don't know if that's addressing for her. It's because we've covered Mark and her a while
no,
back.
she
So we
won't-
cover other expats and Philippines.
She
and it's
won't
still
get in trouble if she has her ducks in a row. No.
Yeah. So, Willie's trying to sleep and she won't leave him alone.
Yeah.
There's
Young teen.
I'm gonna get corn on the way back.
There's one and they're gone.
Where's the group of girls? Remember last year I was here. There's a huge group of 18-year-old girls, young girls. Where are they? Can you help me find it? Can you help me find it so we can make a video with it?
Yeah.
Later today. Can we go find them?
The video.
There's a group. The group of girls like all together. They're all together. Can we go find them, please, later?
Yeah, later.
I want to make a video. I already know them. Okay, I want to talk to them alone. You can come if you want, but I want to talk to them.
Yeah, we gotta talk to them.
There's a huge group of young girls, bro, and you can smash them, bro. You just like talk to them and negotiate with them and shit, bro.
Then you
I
pay
smashed like
1,500.
1,500. You feel me? 1,500.
Yeah. But if they like you, they will gonna pay. Maybe you will be a boyfriend or what?
No, they do have
I get the
boyfriends. They know
GF experience, the
about
wifey experience without even having any consequences, so I'm good. Big bird.
It's very nice to live single,
Yeah.
not married or not responsible. I am very just enjoy.
You need money, right?
Yeah.
No, there's his accident, by the way. It was a quick flash. Now it's a little silent here because there was other music and sound, but basically that was his car. Here's his house. Look at the floor and everything. There's like dog poop on the floor, food, paper. The guy doesn't clean up. His hotel rooms are looking like this. Also, he's smoking weed in his hotels here in the United States, or in the Philippines. This is the United States. So being there was other stuff playing in the background, I put the silent part on. But he was running around claiming he had to go to work or something. He's dealing with his Tesla. That was him in the Tesla. And I did see that he had one. So he drives a Tesla. He's trying to clean up pee off the floor. He doesn't take the dog out, but he's got dogs that he claims he wants to bring here so he can snuggle with the dogs after the Filipinas leave him hanging, he said. But the guy's house, you can tell there's something wrong with him mentally. And he's just out there, guys. And then here in a minute, it's going to show clips of where he's got court hearings up and coming, which looks like he's going to miss because he says he's going to be here for 6 months in another video recently. But the house is just, I mean, I would say it's a single guy house, but he just doesn't, very careless. Unless you think that's normal for a dude.
No.
No. I hear you. I mean, I get our house here gets a little disheveled, but at least the stuff's on the shelves and the floors are clean.
This is Walking Street in the morning in the end of February 2025.
He was hammering everybody. He was.
Yeah, we just claimed the hood of Los Angeles. I just claimed the hood on BD's claim this.
Okay, you can pause that. So there's his court hearing that he's got for driving under the influence. I think the other one, you can just play the other one through. I think that's it.
Yeah, no, keep in mind, we didn't dig this up.
He put this on his own.
This was on his channel.
He's been posting everything, and there's a lot worse. For those that want to know who he is, I'd be more than glad to give you the link.
No, he posted this
But
up.
I think a lot of people's interest is they're wanting to. It's kind of like that guy up the street that was with the young children in his house all the time. It's the same here.
Oh, it's just a DUI.
Yeah, but it's still a trial. It's still a hearing. So, but the whole thing is he misses it. It's still a, yeah. But he has no intention to go back, according to some of the stuff he said. But I'd be more than glad to give you guys the name of the channel. But I'm not saying his name's Mario. And these people have reported him, his videos. I am surprised his channel is up. Because saying the word in, okay, the racial word in all the time is enough. I already looked it up. It's enough. That's why it's chopped up like that, because he said it 1,000 times in every video. It doesn't matter if they'll say, oh, it's just slang or it's just this. No, you can't say it at all because he's applying it towards people. He keeps using it with the Bloods and Crips. He kept promising people to get a teardrop tattoo, saying why he was getting it, which is supposed to indicate that he's done bad things. And he's going on and on and on. He shows the drugs in his hotel room here, and and then he's putting it on there, and it's not fair for guys like that to come through that aren't it's against the law. Everything he's doing is against the law, and they don't catch guys like this, and he's putting it right in front of their face. So he's been in and out of the country, and he will get blacklisted. So so people have already let us know they've reported him. So so we're gonna go through and respond to the comments, and thank you for the people that are in here.
Smile, be happy, thumbs up. Hey, Richard Broad, guys.
Hey, we watch your channel.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Good channel. Good morning, everyone. Like a spot. Hello, beautiful people. Actually, Ted's also here. Hello, beautiful people. I'm sure you said that. Slick Rick. Good morning, Heidi from San Francisco, California. Good morning, George. Yeah, there it is. There's Ted. Hello, beautiful people.
Good morning, Ted.
Yeah. Joseph Relford in Palawan, El Nido. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? Scott, well, I'm not sure if Scott's with us today, but Filipina Isa Elonga is here with us today.
Hey, what's going on?
Hi, couple, and hello to you and Scott. Cindy G, good morning, beautiful people. Love this channel, but I need to head out soon. Catch the replay later. All right, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Cindy. White Samurai says, thanks for showing us this. He sounds like a guy who is going to make this place more diverse. I guess that's true. Jennifer says, hi guys, love your channel. Just want to say you look just like my auntie. Oh, so sorry. She passed away.
Aww.
But love watching you guys. Thank you, Jennifer. Jose Rodriguez says the type of people that run neighborhoods and brings down not only the value of your neighborhoods, but also my group of people.
I think it's funny how he was not as loud until he got to the Philippines and on the airplane, though. He was definitely on something, but he was half as quiet. He was loud because when he was still in at the airport, he was partially loud following people and, hey, brother, this, and hey, in this every 2 minutes. But he got twice as bad. And I don't think he fell into vlogger mode. I don't think that's what this guy's doing. Honestly, I think the guy's mentally retarded. Hey, Trump brought that back. That's the one thing I'm going to enjoy.
Angelo says must be blue.
That, and they got rid of them stupid paper straws.
Jennifer says, sorry, I didn't mean to delete my post, but I just want to say you look like my aunt and she's in heaven now, but your personality is just like hers. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much,
Jennifer. Sorry about your loss. Ambulance personnel, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that was kind of... Yeah, he mentioned, but that's not the only thing he said. He kept saying that he was still a nurse and some other things that he's doing and how many times he'd been in and out of jail. And like I said, I didn't have the strength to watch anymore. There's just too many. And I was just trying to establish character, leaving things in and out there, and things that you wouldn't want to do here in the Philippines. You can't go recording in a bathroom. Now, one time I did recently at a Google event, but that was me inside of an individual bathroom. I was recording myself. I wasn't recording others. He could be kicked out of the country based on that alone. And I blurred it out. So you guys can't say, oh, well, you replayed it, because I'm sure that came through. Yes, they play, babe. It is extremely cute. It is really cute, babe. I told you, isn't it?
Aww.
I know.
He's doing this.
Let me see, babe.
He stopped.
I know. He stopped. I was going to let you guys see him. But they're... Willie's playing with our younger puppy. She's a Shih Tzu. What's the other? Pekingese. And she's about 6 months old. And Willie, we've had for a while. He was a rescue too. And they're playing cutesy. But then I realized she is not fixed yet. And I told George, although he's 3 times, 4 times her size, George goes, "Oh yes, they could have puppies." So I'm a little concerned, but
Well,
he's enjoying the AC.
I don't think she can handle puppies.
Well, no, and plus she's too little, and
Yeah.
I just have to keep an eye on him today.
Slick Rick says he's from Southern California, as in L.A. Yes, he is from L.A. Big brr.
Skeet.
LK says, do the officers of immigration not notice how high he is?
I would have wondered about that. He clearly, and how come when from Los Angeles to there, did they not report him at whatever country he was in? And if they knew his destination was the Philippines, they didn't tell them that in advance. Because I know sure the hell they'd have kicked me on out. You can trust and believe. I said, this bitch back behind me. If I'd even half have acted that out, I would have never made that flight. You can trust and believe that. There's no way. They wouldn't even let me in the Philippines. I don't even know how this guy even get away with half the stuff, and he's still doing the stuff. He's still displaying the prostitutes in his room. Just because they're out there doesn't mean it's legal. But he's actually saying, "Hey, this is a girl that I brought in." It's still I mean, prostitution is legal here?
No.
Okay. So it's just another act, regardless of he's making it very blatant of what he's doing. And now just recently
That's another good
outscoring.
example of something that you probably shouldn't do. Yes, prostitution is not legal in the Philippines, believe it or not.
Although they have health cards for them, nocturnal workers.
There you go.
I'm
Angelo,
a nocturnal viewer.
right? Angelo says, why they let people in, especially him.
And we've discussed, and again, this is probably something George disapproves of. We've discussed people that come in, with their past being their past. A lot of the guys they stop are usually the pedos, guys that have arrest records for that in large amounts, because they're claiming everybody gets stopped that comes in that has criminal records. Evidently not. Evidently, this guy's got a ton of problems. But that's not my biggest problem with him. Just not.
Yeah, Richard Rich says, hey, all, what's good? Did I walk into a political discussion? Slick Rick says it's a reaction video, Richie. Ah, got it. Hey, Curtis says, hey, gang, a nice, cool... Really, Curtis?
Wet in the white privilege.
No, it's not that. He says, a nice, cool day down here in Zamboanga. Yeah, well, no, I mean, he's kind of rubbing it in there because it's hot right now where we're at. We are in the city, though.
Mm-hmm.
American in the World says, what in the white privilege?
Yeah,
He wasn't kicked off the flight?
It's like that American walking around that airport, that 70-something-year-old guy. That was insane.
LK said this dude is not white.
Yeah, I mean, we get the point. White enough, like I said.
American in the World says Cathay Pacific, they don't deal with this. I can't fathom Cathay Pacific allowing this.
And the guy was extremely loud. That was only part of the video, and not the only video he posted. So there was a lot more said. I couldn't even get through it.
Yeah. Yes. LK says yes. He is American, but he's not white. Middle Eastern is not white at all. It's also not Italian or German. German is European. White is European. This dude is not European.
I don't think he's all Middle Eastern. Who knows what the guy is? He's a mix of something, but white enough.
I think he's mixed. I think
the whole point is he's being ghetto, and he's using the N-word every 5 seconds. So he's kind of racially confused the way he's acting, and I'm just old school. I'm just, it is what it is, and there's nothing wrong with being you, but it's an overkill. I've got mixed nieces and nephews. I'm not one person to fall on to either race, but this guy's confused, and then he's throwing out the gang stuff that I believe he keeps saying he's blood, and then he keeps throwing up gang signs. Him and the guy's throwing up gang signs. He keeps claiming that's his territory in Angeles City. The guy's nuts. The guy's out there, and I understand that there's that type of territories here, even in Angeles City, but he's not it.
Oh yeah, no,
And
of
he
course
needs
not.
to just pipe down before another one of those people get him. Is what's going to happen
Yeah, no.
because they exist.
He's got a grill on,
Oh
and
my
he's
God.
got thick chains on, and that's not good.
Yeah. So he keeps saying it's real and stuff, and he does it on camera. He does it in front of people, and
And again, you're welcome to do this type of behavior. I'm not saying don't, but I'm saying don't. I don't recommend it. What I'm saying is, I nobody can tell you what to do, obviously, but this is a behavior that you probably should not emulate. Um, Patriot for Life says your own Kool-Aid man, Cubaloy. He's still running, by the way. But
you know who they just caught recently? You know the Roque dude or Harry Roque, the guy that was
yes.
he just tried to scoot on to the U.S. and they stopped him. They blocked him before he left. He tried to run and hide.
Oh, he didn't make it.
No, they caught him again. So they were going to throw him in the little jail thing, and he's another member up there, and they got fired. He was dealing with immigration and some other things with the president. And one of the top guys fell a while back, but he just tried to scoot to America, and they blocked him.
Yeah, but Cubaloy is running.
Yeah.
No, not running. He's running for position. Vote 53.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know how politicians have numbers on the ballot. His number is 53. Yeah, 13 is Manny Pacquiao. no. I mean, obviously Manny Pacquiao is running, and his number is 13. But anyway, speaking of numbers, Angelo says his days are numbered. Curtis says flying home for 2 weeks to see my parents and do my taxes. Hope I don't get a guy like this next to me. Oh, right. Imagine sitting in a plane with somebody like this. Big Dave says sounds like a real winner. Angelo says FFA rules disturbing the peace. American in the world says seriously. Wait, is he mentally okay? Angelo says marbles are loose. Oh, hey, Corner Clubhouse is with us today. Corner Clubhouse Cobalt. I think he's off his meds.
Why isn't Corner taking his meds? Oh, okay. You said I think. Oh, he's talking about the other guy. Take your meds, Corner.
Hans.
Just kidding.
How do you pronounce your name? Fryness?
Prisoners.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it could be just silent S. But I don't know. Why don't governments take crazy people like that to their passports? It's many idiots like that in every country. Let them stay home.
It's kind of the deal that's going on with the United States right now. I agree partially with Doge about doing certain things and updating computers. A lot of it I don't agree with. And something like that, they need to get it together on the passports and different things where they find that many issues. This guy is currently waiting to go to court over DUI and some other issues. And he claims he's been in and out of jail so many times, probably more than he's gotten gonorrhea recently in the Philippines. He's probably been in prison or jail. And somehow he made it here.
Well, it could be his third DUI.
Could be, but and I get it. I believe that, it doesn't mean they should stop every single person that's been to jail or whatever, but there's a lot of people that have had issues, but yet, I mean, I speak of experience, but I don't go around 10, 20 times doing 500,000 bad things, and I'm not sitting here attacking Filipinos, like, the stuff that he's doing or acting a fool. I'm law abiding and have been for 25 years or more, but you get my point for those that know me. But this guy is out of control, and that's why I can speak about this so loudly, is that the guy is just, I can't believe it how he even got out. But he was behaving himself on the way out, and yes, they'll give the passport, but the systems, they need to get on the systems where they can check all this, but their systems do not match up as well as, I'm sure the guy would not have passed the background on the way out. The guy. If they would have checked him before he left the U.S. and ran him through several systems, I'm sure he wouldn't have got out. He's got an up-and-coming court hearing. If they had all their computer systems updated and this, and that, they'd have seen that. He wouldn't have got out.
Yeah,
Just
I know
like
that,
people
but
with child support. And
they don't usually run it when you're
no,
going
they
out.
usually don't. What I'm saying is, if they would get their systems together.
Well, they won't. They will never do it that way because you're getting rid of somebody you don't want.
Oh, you're saying they should let him out?
I'm not saying that's not what I said. I said it's kind of like Mexico. Here's an example. Mexico doesn't care about the Mexican illegally crossing the border from Mexico to the U.S.
Yeah.
Because they don't care the outside traffic. All they care is the inside traffic.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I agree with them. I'm saying countries in general, most countries don't care.
No, I got
the
that.
ones
They don't care. Yeah.
going out, right?
Yeah, but the Philippines, yeah,
So what I'm saying is, if a bad person is going out,
they don't care.
they don't care.
So I guess the Philippines
Right.
didn't. I'm sure they'll catch him. Victoria asked who this gentleman is. For people that are just coming in, we just covered a gentleman that is a YouTube vlogger. His name is Mario. We will not give the channel name. He's been doing it for 6 months. He's extremely a rotten vlogger. He is the Johnny Somalia 2.0. He talks about joining the club and smashing minors or sex with them. He shows prostitutes in his room. He shows drugs in his room. He talks about doing drugs. He's going on drug runs in front of people. He pays guys to take him to go around do things. He's hitting all the cities. He's still here. He's got an up and coming court hearing. He shows weird content like petting Filipinas in front of the camera with his hands over their mouth, and he's just out there. He's had car accidents. He had a bike accident here already. He's just out of control. Some of the vlogs he did months ago shows where he's on something. He can barely breathe. He's definitely tweaking with problems. So he appears to be a drug addict in and out of jail, according to him, with many careers, and he seems to be very mentally ill. We're talking about beyond that. So he's just here breaking one law after the other, including voyeurism with cameras inside of bathrooms, male bathrooms, following Filipinas around, making rude comments out loud, cussing at them, cussing in airplanes. He, to me, is worse than Johnny Somali. It's just not for live stream. I can tell Johnny Somali is not living that life. It only happens when the camera goes on. And that's to me, I don't get that he's got a drug and mental problem.
Good point. Now, is he doing this for content? I'd hate to say it. Probably not.
The other guy, the food stamp guy, I get the idea something's off. When he talks, there was something off with the things he said. So I don't feel it's content. I feel he might have some issues. We had covered him, a month ago. He was on there. But Johnny Somali seems to be, he just does it for the razz. He was just trying to get views. I don't get that he didn't sit there and talk like he was mentally retarded or didn't talk like there were some problems. But he's in trouble all the same.
Johnny Somali's banned. So.
Well, I got some updates on him today. Actually, as a matter of fact, speaking of which, right before the live, I got a shot of Johnny Somali faces new charges as South Korean hackers are tracking his location ahead of his trial so they can find out where he is. They're after him.
No.
He really messed up bad.
They've been after. They actually, no, even while he was active, they had a forum to let. It's like if you have a sighting, a Johnny Somali sighting, you put it in. That forum.
Well, this could happen to this guy. If he's not careful, eventually he's going to come across somebody's daughter that he disrespects.
Well, if a Filipino or expat, I don't know, makes this forum, yeah.
Well, it showed him walking past the restaurant where they were eating, and he was putting cameras in their faces and calling them N-words, the N-I-G word. And so you can't sit there and get in people's faces and say stuff like that. Because it doesn't matter if you're white, black, or whatever. You just can't keep screaming that word out. publicly. He's just being so racial
Well,
in
it's
public
it's
and so
inappropriate.
degrading and stuff. But Somali is known for his disruptive online content, gained notoriety in Israel, Japan, and South Korea in 2024, where stunts drew widespread criticism. Now, I mean, like I said, he is very hateful and everything else, but I don't think he's probably like that. Like, this guy's living the life. Like, he's doing the drugs. He's out looking for him. He shows him on camera. He was showing him to the bellhop boys and his ID, saying, "Oh, well." And he tries to get people to say the word. He gets the people involved at the 7-Elevens he goes into. He follows the women with the cameras. But it says here that he disrespected locals by dancing on a statue of a peace memorial dedicated to wartime victims. So is what really got him going in Korea and stuff. So it said charges on March 4th with the second count of obstruction of business, bringing his total charges now to 4. He's facing allegations under minor crimes and laws with further legal action. It says it could carry 5 years in prison and $11,000 in fines. So is what Johnny Somali's up against. This guy that we're dealing with now, this Mario guy, and by the way, Mario would be a Spanish name, I believe. It could be Italian, but that's not the Middle Eastern name. But he still could be.
Most Middle Eastern do have a secondary American name, though.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Ibrahim. They don't use the name Ibrahim. They use Abraham or Abe.
Yeah. So so they're tracking him. So that's the latest on that, is that, he's still up against all that. This guy is probably just going to get deported because people have already reported. They're like, "Hey, are you going to cover this guy? Are you going to cover this guy?" And then it's like somebody that did send us just recently come up, and they're like, "Oh, it's this guy." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's that guy." So he was on our radar. Again, it's just a matter of going through the videos like we did. And yeah, this guy is definitely, him just going around being a little loud wouldn't have been the problem until I seen the voyeurism, the dealing, the drugging, the airplane issues, the airport issues, and yeah, this guy's out of control. And minimally, he'll get banned, from the
Yeah,
Philippines.
I mean, you can
is
get in
what he's
trouble.
looking
I
at.
mean,
But my fear, he's still a fellow American. He could end up, unalived or something, or in the wrong territory.
they usually disappear. Yes.
So, yep.
If they got John Somali for dancing with a statue, does that mean I can't twerk with Jollibee anymore?
You can if you want to. You're a Filipino. You're free, white, and 21, aren't you?
What? See that? Look, this is white. See, that's white. See,
You're white enough.
I'm white enough. What?
Yeah, I told someone the other day.
Angelo says it reminds me of the crazy man on the plane 3 years ago with a knife.
Yeah.
Has it been 3 years already? Holy crap.
I'm just tripping that he would even shout all those things out, and how they let him on the next plane, how they didn't detain him at the airport. There are people that barely say 2 words. Who was it recently? Didn't they say what person that was dealing with the Philippines recently? Didn't they say there was some popular Filipino that was supposedly the bastard child of somebody? I thought it was Bongbong Marcos' daughter, sister, somebody. They just banned somebody that was drinking on one of the airplanes, but now they claim they let her back on the airplanes. But it was one of the Filipino somebody, and somebody dealing in the presidential house. Maybe it's Duterte's, whatever. But I can't remember it off the top of my head. But the whole point is, when those people start acting up, they usually ban them from everything. But somehow this guy's been trapped, and something tells me this just didn't start recently. But who knows?
It's like Rick says, can you imagine sitting next to this dude and on this 14-hour flight from LAX? You're lucky if it's only a 14-hour flight.
And here's the thing.
Some of them are longer.
I'd have been that Karen and reported him at that point. But that Filipino sitting next to him, them two, there would look to be a husband and wife. They're not going to say nothing. It's just their, and sometimes they're just too super nice or just passive, like they don't want to be involved. That's the feeling I got every time he got in a Filipino's face. He's lucky they're passive, because that had been America. I'd have busted him in his damn face. That's what I would have done. And thought about Jesus later.
Grill.
I'd have made him
You
choke
can't
on
break
that
his
grill.
grill.
Sorry. I talk about ghetto. I would have went ghetto.
LK says, yeah.
I'd have made a sock full of these and beat the crap out of them.
Oh, those things are heavy.
That's ridiculous. I'll talk about that mistake. I was going to do a live about my outing to the bank the other day, and I miscalculated my math.
Heidi asked for a roll of coins for X amount, and that's exactly what they gave her. So,
and then on the way back, I was like, "Why'd they give me so many?" And I was like, "My math didn't carry over." I thought this was 1,000 pesos, and somehow in my mind, the 20 coins, it wasn't 10. I thought I was getting 10 per 1,000. My mind didn't add the extra zeros. I was way off, so I ended up with a whole sack of coins, and it weighed down my backpack.
I counted them as she gave them to me.
I was like, "Why'd they give me so many?" And I mean, good thing I was on my medication.
Right.
Because usually it's me, but a couple bank trips back, George was on them because they wanted us to bring a newspaper or something to pick up the money, like a proof of life. And George's like, "This is why you guys are behind." I'm like, "Take it easy, babe." So it's just like, but for me, I was like, "Why do I have so many coins, man?" I was like, "Okay." But anyways, no, his grill. And what was nasty at some point, Mario took the grill out of his mouth and he put it up on camera to show it was dirty, and it was nasty, man.
Yeah.
It didn't even look real. It looked like it looked plated because it was turning brown or something. It's just I don't want to really think about it. Yeah.
LK says he's trying to be gangster, but in Europe you have a lot of Middle Eastern gangsters, and in the US you have a lot of Latino gangsters.
That's true.
Now that you mentioned Latino, he could be the half of, he could be Middle Eastern Latino.
Okay, well, here's the thing. He says he's blood. That's what he keeps throwing up.
Well,
he's blood. That's
who
he
a lot of things, though.
Yeah, but I don't believe that's representing either situation, guys.
Yeah, Rich Abroad says, dude, sitting next to him for a long flight would be crazy. White Samurai says he's free to identify as whatever gender or race he wants. There you go.
What the hell? You went woke on us, White? Ban that mug. Then we ain't no more woke here either, man. I don't agree a lot with Trump on some crap, and sometimes I do. But this woke crap's got to go, man.
Hey.
It's like, get rid of those paper straws, start digging all that oil you want. And, I don't care if them turtles choke on them freaking straws out in the ocean. That's not my problem. Not now. Let your grandkids worry about that. I ain't worried about that crap. We'll be long gone when our grandkids are up there. Let them worry about that. I've done enough worrying for my generation.
But the turtle actually
blocked the woke.
It's not just the turtles.
No, I think it was either Jimmy
the
Fallon.
Dolphins too. Yeah.
It's a joke. I mean, yes and no. They need to get rid of the paper straws. But he did say that one of the talk shows recently in the last month said that they're like, forget about those dolphins and them turtles. If they're stupid enough to eat them, that's on them or something. He goes, but I want my straws back.
Well, the straws I don't understand. I know the 6-pack, the carriers, it gets wrapped around their necks, kind of like the birds.
No, there's a lot of things.
But the straws, I don't know. I don't know anything about that one.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, just like I don't like the tin cans that cut the cats and animals that are eating them out of the trash thing either. So we try to wrap it up, but you can't. We're wrapping up in a plastic bag. They're just going to choke on that later. Yeah.
I'm telling you, influencer or under the influence. There you go. And American in the World has a good point. American in the World says roaches, but rich.
That house didn't look like he had any money. According to him, once he posted that his crypto went from 100,000 up to something. And I mean, but why was he riding an economy? Why wasn't he riding in the rich area? Remember, he said, he goes, if you all don't like it, go sit in the, but if he was that rich, God made me rich. God did this and that. Well, why wasn't he in first class?
Ooh, good point. And that's not even business class.
That's because God doesn't like them. God don't like ugly. That's why.
Corner Clubhouse says, sounds like he's schizophrenic.
Skeet.
Big brr.
Skeet. Skeet, skeet.
I'm kidding. I'm not from LA. Richie Rich Abroad. Bad things happen to people who come here doing all that stuff. No. Yes.
I guess what
Yes.
bothers me is all the damn vloggers out there, and you get the trolls. They go picking on our channel and me and trying to talk about my past and all this, and you got this dickhead in front of like the world showing it. And there's a ton of bad people here, and they want to take the time to go after me. And then I'm like, oh, it's because they love me. All over some stupid shit, you know? And me of all people can talk about this. This guy needs to pack up and head out. He is the worst of the worst. The Philippines has been cleaning up way too long to let spaghettios loose in the street.
Yeah. Now, real quick, if you're African American, listen to this one again. I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. If you're African American, here's the thing. In the Philippines, okay. Now, the N word. There are several versions of it, but the one that spells Negro. Now, keep in mind that we are in a foreign country, and what I'm getting at is that it's our language. No, I know. That is our language, and what I'm saying is that's the word for that ethnic group, and it's not meant in any derogatory term whatsoever. It's kind of like white people. We call them puti, puti, which means white. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if you're an African American, when Filipinos use the N word, that's Negro.
Like Negros Oriental.
Right.
But
That's
this guy
the
is
actual,
flat out
I know, but
saying
what
the word and trying to get Filipinos to
Right.
say it in a.
But what I'm saying is that is the actual proper, the the pronoun for that ethnicity. So don't take offense to it. It's just the way we are. And again,
And I'm going to shut down the other part of people saying, okay, when I mentioned Middle Eastern, somebody said he's Spanish. We talked about ghetto. He mentions Bloods and Crips. Them are Black gang members. It doesn't matter. He's definitely not half or quarter of anything. He's either Spanish, Middle Eastern, maybe white or something else. So he is acting outside of his.
right.
Which technically, is there anything really wrong? And is that even the point of anything? Yes and no. You don't go around talking gang stuff in the middle of another country. You just don't bring that ghetto crap here times 10 and try to get people to get involved in it. Like he's trying to get other Filipinos to scream out Bloods and Crips and
Right.
the N word. He's trying to get children to say that. He tried to get a little girl to say it. There's even video where he's got some girl that appears to be 9 or 10 years old. He goes, say it. And that's just not, it's crazy.
Right.
And it doesn't matter. It's just, so no, that kind of puts that out that he's part of a Spanish gang, or no, he's saying that the words he keeps using is he's from LA and that's his. And the same with the Filipino. He's claiming that's what his tattoos are about, is the blood and the Crips. So it's just off for me. These are gangs from the 70s and stuff. These guys can't be more than 28 or 29.
Well, no, they're still active. What are you talking
I get they're active.
I mean, yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying it's kind of an old school gang. So
Yeah, but it's still active.
I got it. Okay. So are you?
Yeah. Again, as I was saying, when Filipinos use the N word, the Neg, wait, but I was in the middle. The Negro, again, that's the proper word for in Filipino. In Filipino, like Heidi says, like Negros Oriental. In Filipino, that's the proper word. So don't take offense to it if you're African American.
They even got the KKK.
White, that's different. KKK is that's the Katipunan again. Anyway, as White Samurai says, I saw a group of Filipinos where one of them called a black guy, walking on the street the N word. The guy got upset because the Filipino was in the group. He wasn't going to take on the whole group. Again, that's you have to remember that.
Yeah, but it is possibility they meant that.
No,
there are some
no.
worthy Filipinos that could scream that out, especially
Well,
younger
that's
ones.
why I spelled it. Negro is the proper word. The other two are not.
Right.
That's why I spelled it. Because
right. Okay, I get that. But what
Yeah.
if it was? He could mean that he said the bad one.
no, I know.
Okay.
That's what I'm clarifying.
Okay.
The proper wording. But a lot of Philippine, babe, this
Hey,
is not.
Bruce.
A lot of African Americans I on YouTube have said this, and it's an ongoing thing,
Gotcha.
and they're not aware that that's the proper word. Yeah.
Oh my God! Every 2 minutes, it's
And we have our
Antics.
firefighter from New York.
Hey, Disney box.
Yeah,
911.
She calls it Disney, but it's
DSN.
District New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. 911. That's why 911. He's a firefighter.
Hey, what's going
Yeah.
on?
Hello, family. Patriot for Life says they are desperate for tourists. Tourism is dead in the Philippines.
They are behind right now. They are extremely behind, and there's no, I mean, here's the deal. Why doesn't, this is going to offend some people really bad. Instead of them trying to take over Greenland and them trying to take over Canada, why don't they make the Philippines?
Wait, what do you mean take over Greenland?
Oh, geez, the White House is still announcing they're going to take Greenland still.
Okay, I stopped watching the current politics because it's absurd.
Greenland or Iceland, but I think it's one or both or something.
Okay, it's backwards. What I'm saying is the Arctic-looking country is Greenland. Iceland is the green one.
I'll find out here in a minute, but either way,
So what
it's
I'm
not
saying
theirs
is,
to take.
One, it's not theirs to take. Two, there's nothing in Greenland. Iceland, I get.
Yeah, Greenland.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greenland.
There's nothing in that.
He announced it, and the guys, the president or whoever
theirs.
said,
You
he
know,
goes, "You're not getting it," but he keeps saying there's just a lot of delusion going on in the White House. They're delusional about what's going on everywhere.
No.
But why don't they make the Philippines the
that's why I stopped watching politics
58th
because it's
state?
getting really absurd.
No, it is. They're all blaming each other. They're saying the Democrats aren't responding to this because of how bad they are, and the Republicans this, and there was a big deal at the last thing. And yes, it's out of control. Who's suffering is the people, and they're just watching it back and forth, and it's crazy. But why don't they make the Philippines the 59th state?
They were going to.
It's not 59 states, but I'm just.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Where are we at? 52 or 53? Sorry, I got caught up because I've been
55,
watching.
I thought.
I'm Little House on the Prairie,
I
right?
thought it was 55.
And it's funny because they were making a flag and they were doing the 100-year centennial. And she says, I think there's 39 or something colonies or something. And I was like, oh my God, I just didn't think that, when Little House on the Prairie was, when at that time it was 1876, I think. There was only 39. Where are we at? 52? Because they added Guam, Hawaii. When I was in school, I think it was
55. Well, anyway.
Yeah, comment, guys.
Big Speed says Big Brr looks Latino from California. Chosen one, Chosen one. This guy is low hanging fruit. 50. How did you even find this channel? There's 50?
Yeah, 50. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that is AI. They could be way off. 50. I thought we were 51. Alaska was a 49th. Hawaii was 50. But that can't be.
Okay. Anyway.
But I thought they added Puerto Rico, or was Puerto Rico already in there? Brr. No, several people have contacted us over the last 2 weeks. Then some channel that does contact us under some funky name or something came through. In other words, I think it's another one of them Proton accounts where they don't want to be found, which is always sketchy. But we do get a lot of good pointers. They finally came through and said, hey, and I was like, oh, well, this guy's been on our radar, but he's been putting more and more videos out. And like I said, we don't try to attack or mention or cover unless there's a lot of points. And this guy's he's at 0.10. He's already there.
Richard Broad says, lol, I don't know if he's got it like that, but you definitely got to cut the nails to do certain things.
The U.S. also has 5.
2 in the pink, 1 in the snake.
Oh, okay. So there is 50. The reason we're thinking it's 52 or you were thinking it's 55 because it says here there are 5 unincorporated territories that are on the side.
Okay, so yeah.
Puerto Rico and Guam, that would make 52. So it's 50 legally. but somehow they're listed under their umbrella. So yes, they're claiming. Here's the weird thing: they threw all the tariffs on
Okay,
Canada.
so it's kind of like Puerto Rico, Guam, Trinidad. What's the other one? There's a
the
few.
islands or something, but
Yeah, but anyway,
yeah,
that makes sense now.
Canada, they re-put back on the tariffs. Now they're fighting back and forth, in Mexico too. So now they're saying that, well, we're thinking about making Canada our next state. And they're like, well, we'll see how the tariff things go. This is all part of the plan. And I'm like, damn, you're going to slap them with 25% tariffs and hope they join you and the people will? They ain't giving up that insurance in their area.
Okay, so
U.S.
55.
Virgin Islands.
It's
That's what I was
50
thinking.
plus the 5 colonies. That's where the 55 comes from.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay,
somewhere in
yeah.
our minds, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got ADHD, yeah, something.
Yeah. Victoria says his parents Middle Eastern. His name is Ramsey Khalid Ishmael. Was born here, Phoenix. Oh, he's from Phoenix. Self-confessed troll, very mouthy, causes havoc wherever he goes.
Oh, I think she's talking about Johnny Somali. Yeah, that's Johnny Somali.
Oh, Johnny Somali?
Yes. No, the other guy's legal name is
Middle
Malay.
Eastern?
I don't know where he's
No, I
from,
mean,
yeah.
it's possible. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
LK says, okay, let's stop calling him white. Thanks.
He looks like, you know who Johnny Somali reminds me of is that guy that plays in that movie with Tom Hanks that takes over that ship.
Oh, yeah,
That
yeah.
real-
Ramsey Khalid is Johnny Somali.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
stuff in South Korea.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nope, this guy's getting up there, and when he goes in public, every display, live streams, and everything with everybody, with the girls, everything, he's really getting up there. So, but he's not the only one.
LK says, why would a white kid refer to other whites as white men? So stop now. What is Heidi even? Is he black or Indian?
It says, is she black or Indian?
No.
I'm not sure.
No.
Maybe say, what is he?
No. Yeah, what is he?
Not sure.
Right?
It really doesn't matter.
This-
All I know is he's not Bloods and Crips.
This-
He's not. He's not either or. He's mentioned both. The only thing he is that he really shows is a piece of crap that keeps taking advantage of the poor people here. He mentions it. He knows he's doing it. He said that's why he doesn't go to Thailand. And he wants to get on board with the real super minors, the 11-year-olds, the 12-year-olds. And I'm sure he will hunt them out. The other guy will do it for him. And he'll still do it. He says it's legal, and it's not. None of it is.
Certain Dash says same STD 10 times is crazy work. You have to give him
Overtime.
props for that one. My man. Have to give
That'd
him,
probably be your nasty
Yeah, you
ass
have to
throwing
give
them
him
condoms
props.
on the floor.
you have to give him props.
Nasty, nasty, nasty.
Baya Bay says they will hunt and deport him. Just
Probably
give
with the
them time.
reports coming in, yes. Mm-hmm.
CBGB says people can now live with 250 years old with HIV. It's no longer a health problem. It's a health problem. It's just more tolerant. It's not as lethal, I guess. I mean, it still affects them to a certain extent, yeah. With medication, it still affects them. Richie Rich says the other Richie Rich says it's not going to be long before this kid goes missing. Like the other kid, go to another country, disrespected, you go missing. Oh, I think Richie Rich is talking about what's his name? You said it earlier.
What's that?
What's his name? Eastman.
Elliot Eastman, yeah,
Yeah,
his
Eastman.
videos were way out there too, but a lot to learn from it. I'll keep an eye on this guy. I might even recover him just for content. The hell with it. People cover what they want to, and I'll watch his behavior and watch the people that roll in that report him and see if he just continues on. But it's just not the average. But what scares me is there's a lot of these guys, except for they stay quiet. They come here, they hunt, they pay these guys to go get their party favors and drugs and women, and it's not new. Just this guy's being really obvious, and he's young, and he's putting it on camera. He's under 30. He looks way older than that, in my opinion. I couldn't believe, but I guess I'm just getting up there in age where everybody just looks weird.
Yeah.
So
Mike Miller says he's definitely tweaking, erratic movement and sniffling. No cognitive filter. There you go. Angelo says breaking the Philippine law should be deported.
I'm sure he will.
Um,
Again, if you guys message us or send us an email, I'll let you know who he is. He knows who he is.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll get wind that we covered him, but I'm just not shining any more light on his channel. The other guy I really didn't really care about, and he had been vlogging for a while. He just wanted to go through our channel, other channels, and any way he can. He's just a nutball too, the food stamp king. And turned out he was just messing with people, not us, everybody. So not our channel, people that were watching his channel. So it was like way out there. So I'm not even talking to you right now, chosen one.
what?
Hush up, boy.
They changed it.
Yeah, they're doing it a little.
No.
Oh, so it doesn't. So you have to actually go find it.
Yeah, they changed it.
Well, it could be StreamYard. There's a new thing here that lets you set up and click on each one of them. I don't like it. StreamYard's doing some different things.
This is silly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Chosen One.
much, chosen.
I support
one.
the effort of this video and editing, but this guy is a total waste of time. I have no energy to entertain such nonsense.
Dude, this guy's like every troll and every know-it-all and every Karen's dream, and I'm every Karen, and I'm going to cover this topic. This guy shows everything we've been talking. Like, I've been talking for 5 years worth of this stuff going on. This guy's doing it all, including voyeurism. Oh, I'm going to cover it. I'm going to ride this till the milk falls out of the cow. Oh, because we get trolls that say, "Oh, you've been covering Mark Thornton. You're gonna ride it until the cow come home or till the milk or whatever." I'm a milk that cow all the way. Sorry, it's a joke, but probably not if the guy continues. Or honestly, it was draining. So, but beings we were there, so we could always do another budget video. Just got another one of those. Some guy up in Makati showing that he's only got a 3,000 peso electric bill or something, living in a 35,000 peso condo in Makati, and I'm like 4,000. Their electric's higher there. I believe it's Morelco in that area.
That's BS.
Right. And he only spends 200. He's got a woman. I don't think he might have a kid, but that's still low too. We just got 8,000 pesos worth of stuff, and like nothing showed up. We got some cream cheese, some milk, 4 bags of cat litter, 2 packets of ham, 2 packets of hot dogs. I don't think anything else came besides the milk and the cream cheese.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's $170, $180. So I'm like, bull crap. Prices are going up. So it's,
Well, even if they're not going up, even then, that's still not feasible.
Right. So we can just do another budget video for you, man.
American in the World says, I always leave my helmet and I'm in Mindanao. Yeah, again, for the most part, I'm not saying leave your helmet out. I'm not saying that because I'm the type of guy who will carry the helmet or lock the helmet. But I see a lot of people do leave their helmets out, and nice helmets on nice bikes, and nobody takes them. Again, be aware of your area and whatever.
Ted, I just sent you the name of the channel.
Easy and Chris, is he cold or something? Victoria says, yeah, he's an obnoxious dirtbag for sure. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it says ignorance of the law is no excuse. Correct. Yumi Mango says, I want this man's baby. I love you guys. You guys are hilarious.
Yeah, if I was still in jail. Just so I can get a check. You hear me? Yeah, if I was so I can collect some money.
Angelo says, comments, crime going Cebu, especially young kids, pedophile.
This guy, everything about
Patriot for Life says he will be flagged at immigration, I'm sure.
He even has a live stream where he shows himself getting ready for a shower. He's shaving with no shirt on, his underwear is sagging out of his saggy pants, his prison bottom pants, jail-style jailhouse, and it shows him in the shower. Oh, thank God it's a, what do you call that type of shower that's where they got the stained glass or something. But he shows himself the whole time getting ready and stuff. It's just bad. It's just
Um, Cosmo says the Philippines attracts the world's finest men. Not. Del Grey says I sit on the toilet and drink in Texas. Um, Clayton Bigsby says American alcoholics drink at bars and drive home drunk.
yes, most definitely. I'm sure that's why he wrecked his Tesla.
Angelo says this guy's disrespecting the Philippines country.
All the way across, and so is the Filipino that's helping him. There's good and bad in all countries. Just like that one guy doesn't represent the Philippines as this guy doesn't. So it's kind of out there.
Angelo says my friend knows the major going to find this guy and deported him out of here. Richard says, "Oh damn! I didn't know that there was another Richard Rich."
He's in Cebu right now. He's announcing he doesn't like Cebu at all, and he's saying that he likes Angeles better, and he's probably not getting his Mary J and the other things as well as I'm sure they're all there, but what I'm saying his connections are probably not as well. So they're probably bringing him the girls, and I mean we know there's fuckery going around in all parts of the Philippines. We tell people that it's just not Angel City; it's everywhere. It's everywhere. There's fuckery going on over in the United States and Canada, and but he just doesn't. His repeating is, "I don't like Cebu." So there must be something that's messing with his vibes. Maybe a lot of other white dudes like Geo. Maybe it's like Geo on steroids everywhere. Maybe they were like messing with his what do you call that when guys their game.
Hey, at least Gio isn't gonna get gonorrhea. He's got his flashlight.
We don't know that. We do not know that.
Are you telling me that Gio's flashlight has gonorrhea? Bum bum bum.
I don't know.
Anton says, "Hey guys, how are you? We have a very small circle of friends here in Davao City because so many foreigners are out of control or weird or off."
Here's the thing, that is probably truth. If George wasn't a weirdo and a Filipino and this is where his family was, then we would probably be in Vietnam or Thailand, or because I don't need wussy over there. George doesn't, so we ain't gonna be trying to buy the girls. A lot of guys are going there to hook up, and it's way too expensive to hook up and not just retire. They're over there to play. It is expensive to play over there, but to retire, a lot of guys do like it's inexpensive, or we would have stayed in Mexico. But they do say that the Philippines is the inexpensive where they feel they're getting away with something. So it's like a bad guy's playground. It always has been for Asia. But on the other hand, there's a lot of other good going on, and it's just kind of like a mixed balance. But yes, it does seem to be they're getting a lot of bad guys here. So
yeah. Richard Brought says, "Thank you guys. I'm enjoying your content." Oh, thanks so much, Richard.
Thanks, Rich. We appreciate yours.
Now, Victoria brings up a good point. Could his videos have been done earlier, and maybe he's already back in the U.S.?
No, he did a live stream 7 days ago. And the video he's recording was just recently. No, Home Slice is here, Victoria. No, he's here, and he says he has no intention to leave. I'll send you a link to that if you're still there, sweetie.
Victoria says, "Where do you guys like this vlogger get their money?" Oh, no, he got his money.
Well, according to him, it's crypto. According to him, he's doing some sort of medical job because he's digging in his shoes. That one that got muted, he had music going in the background. He said, "Look at all my shoes for working as nursing or something." I might have missed that's what he said. But I mean, he could just be a nurse aide or something. Could you imagine not knowing that he's that type of person and he's super nice at those nursing assistant facilities and he's just one of the caretakers and they're thinking he's the greatest guy on earth and the whole time he's here sleeping with 12-year-olds, drinking, doing all the excessive drugs, and it's just but that's the way life is. You would never know somebody. I watched an FBI agent the other day that said, "You guys will have no idea some of the toughest criminals and the worst people they're just average people, and they're just basically very, when they get a hold of a lot of these guys, are just so humble and so that, you know, they're not the tough asses they've been putting themselves on to be. And so a lot of the big criminals, but according to him, it's crypto. But at one point, he mentioned a check. My guess is he's getting some sort of disability, a fallout from the military. Because at one point, he mentioned military. He mentioned when he mentioned in the beginning. Let's see. I'm bringing this back up.
Story, I was homeless, you know, I trap, rap,
Rap.
biology degree. What was it called? The top of the class was called honors or some shit. Yeah, honors. I have an EMT active license, national registered with the exam and shit. Ooh. But yeah, and I am a very good trained life coach therapist. I've been in jail many times. I've helped many crazy people in jail to get their lives right back on track, and they thank me so much.
But it did sound
I
like
have
you
a few
said
friends
something
that, for
ghost
real,
based.
they're crazy, honestly. And I've never been crazy. I mean, I'm crazy too, but I got back too on my feet. I was homeless, and I got back.
Car, nice car, very beautiful car.
So that
Beautiful
was.
lights, ambient lighting in this car.
I could have sworn he said airbase. Something. He said it so quick. Something airbase. But either way, he might be getting some sort of disability check. He could be on Social Security, but he's claiming he's making a lot of crypto. But yet he stays in the crappiest hotels. They're all inexpensive, $40 a night places, maybe even 30. Some of the places he's not staying in. He didn't ride in first class. He didn't. You know, I ain't claiming to be rich either. At least I'm owning what I got. But this guy's going on about how rich he is. He's claiming all the chains he's wearing is real. His grill is tarnished. Either way, that's not what I'm here to talk about. His tarnished, icky grill. So
Clayton says he knows how to behave in front of the authorities at immigration.
he was at the airport. I showed you. He hardly said anything at the airport. Yes.
Black Grandpa says Trump wants the crazies out of America as well as not just illegal migrants. Correct.
And honestly, I think the Philippines wants to let people in too. They're just waiting to catch them and make, you know, you'll see where they'll put one up every now and then.
Well,
the pedos 100%.
there's a list, yes, but you have to be on the list first, kind of deal.
And I bet this guy's reported just like, what's his name over there in Mexico or Chili's. I bet he was reported 100 times before they did something, unfortunately. It's slow progress here. Any slower, they would be on Tokyo time.
Victoria said, so who was the guy you just covered?
His name's Mario. I just sent you a link, Victoria. Yeah.
Hey, Victor. Hi, George and Heidi.
Yeah, if our members.
Patriot for Life says all they do is put marks on international tickets up to the Philippines to do extra. Right. To do extra screening at immigration. Right. They put that weird code, whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pine Eddie says the left made crime just a slap on the hand. Things have changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico does not care about incoming trafficking to their country because they allow illegals to enter their southern border from Central America. Yeah, they go from the bottom and then they go to the U.S., correct. From South America to North America. Ruby, hey, good day, Heidi and George. I wonder when Tulfo or Jessica Soho will feature this guy on Notice.
I know. I haven't even had the strength or George lately to look at what's going on his channel. It's been a while since we've covered, so.
Like Miller says, won't be long before this guy's excommunicado.
Yeah, you can skip that. That was the PayPal. I just put our PayPal link. We haven't put our PayPal link in a while, so. It's an immigration month, and we're still collecting for George's funeral funds. That never stops.
Chosen One says, I remember when the Philippines started doing paper straws. Do you mean crickets? I hate paper straws.
You know what they're doing here that's worse? Have you gotten the rice straws here? They've got rice straws here.
Oh. They replicate everything the U.S. says. No. Philippines is under, again, for those of you who are not aware, Philippines was a colony of the United States.
It could make it again. Who knows?
I doubt it. Now, but we are still under American mentality. We follow everything what the U.S. does. That's why most of our laws are essentially carbon copies of the U.S. For example, here there's a liquor ban during election. I mean, to some of you Americans who live here, expats who live here, wonder why is there a liquor ban in the U.S. I mean, in the Philippines, whenever the elections happen. It's because that law came from the United States. A long time ago, the U.S. had a liquor ban during elections, and then the Philippines, again, of course, carbon difference is they still follow it.
Oh, thank you, Ronald. I was
Thank you
looking
so
in.
much, Ronald. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for the support.
Thank
I was
you.
going in to see if any updates.
CBG says
See if anybody
studies show that high
requested.
fructose Coca-Cola is associated with long life. What?
There's a lot I've been hearing. You know, I heard a guy the other day talk about cancer and everything else, and they're saying you should soak your feet in tobacco and some other things. Even he said there. Oh, I know what they were saying. Can't believe. I don't know. I can't say not to believe or not to believe, but they said a lot of people that got the COVID vaccination are ending up with certain heart conditions, and they're actually saying smoking cigarettes or soaking your feet in the tobacco juice or something in water actually helps with the rhythm or something, which I believe it. Probably smoking a cigarette, taking in but it's probably the original tobacco, not with all the extra chemicals they throw in it. They're talking about like original off the crop stuff. But I'm like,
Yeah.
So,
Ruby says
Hey,
native
Bruce.
Negrito. CBGB says Negrito.
Yeah.
Okay, Negrito is not African American. Negrito is a native. Keyword native.
So you're talking about the family up the street? What's your name's
It's
kid?
the Balugas. It's the ones that go up in our gate and ask.
Oh, gotcha.
It's the Aboriginals.
Yeah, the Aboriginal.
Negrito. Ito. Smaller. It's kind of like, you guys know a little bit of Spanish, right?
Yeah,
You know,
Negrito is,
pequeño, little, they always add to the end, right? No, yeah. So yeah, no.
Hey, what's up, Bruce?
Wow.
Did you put Bruce up there?
Hey, Bruce.
Thanks,
hey, Heidi,
Bruce.
Everyone, good morning. Bruce, member for 12 months.
Thank you so much. We
you, Heidi and
appreciate
George,
that.
my friends. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Bruce. Think about you often.
Chosen with this. I'm racist. I always use the N word.
I don't mind when we hook up. I'll use it every 5 minutes on you if you want me to.
Oh no, I'm on my Kanye rant. I'm just kidding.
You can call me cracker all you want. I don't mind it, but some people are teaching it to the wrong kids in the wrong hands. It's just the way he uses it every 5 minutes. And it's just bad. I mean, I almost left it in there so you guys could see. And then I realized that you can, he's supposed to lose his channel based on that because he doesn't mean it as in just chilling. I mean, this guy is saying it in the worst ways every 2 minutes. And to me, it is out of control. So he's probably going to lose his channel based on that. So,
yeah. Roland Holland says, hey guys, not sure if you remember me. I talked a couple weeks ago. I don't really chat here on. Yeah.
I do. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I
appreciate it. We really do.
Ronald, appreciate you. Mike Miller says, the brr is each side. Yeah, but I haven't heard Snoop say it.
I haven't heard. He's the only one that I know that keeps.
Oh crap! CBGB says I'm training for the Pasig River Swimathon.
So am I. I'm just gonna float up the river. I'm a float up river, babe.
You need to invest on a lot of rubbing alcohol after that swim.
He could always grease himself up with coconut oil.
Right.
Hey, I tell you what, if you rub yourself up against 10-time winner gonorrhea boy, you may not get nothing at all. Right, babe? Hey, that was supposed to be funny. If he rubs against gonorrhea boy before he jumps in, he might be much better.
Field Roaster says, lol, if Philippines was a state, it would have 25% of all House representatives representation.
Right.
Still,
it's 50.
Silver Raven says 50. Yeah, we get it now. It's 50. Yes. K Dallas.
Ah,
Latinos, Asians, Black people, and some white people from California use the N word all the time.
yeah, I'll send you his link. It's a little excessive. This guy is, I don't know, and he didn't use it in the U.S. Why he was in the airport in the Uber, and for the most part, but all of a sudden it's just kind of out there.
Ruby says Greenland has been under Danish territory for centuries. No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it is under Dane.
I don't.
And we know the guy's name. We're not giving the guy's channel. So if people contact us, which looks like a few of them, that's why I just checked the
crap.
email. If you guys contact by our messenger, if you guys are signed up on Philippine Antics, or as you guys know, the channel is listed under George Mendoza. You'll see where it says official Philippine Antics. If you guys are coming from Expatainment Talk, because we're dual broadcasting, then we'll give it to you. But that last guy and others, I'm not giving even one moment of light. This is about as much light as he's going to get, because people have already reported him, and he's come under quite a few radars right now. So he's out there. So no, I'm not going to say his channel name out loud. And I had to cut that out about 30 times. I think it's in there once. I think part of it slipped out in midway, but
Chosen One says, Ruby, it's ours now. We need that.
Guam is stage 3.
Peter for Life says, my second great grandfather lived a real prairie life. Yes. Puerto Rico and Guam are territories, not states. Philippines was a territory, correct, until it was given independence after World War II. Correct.
Oh, okay. He's saying Kay Dallas was like when he was in the Philippines, little kids would run up to me and say the N word because they think it's cool. So I'm saying they probably are.
Well,
using
that's the one that they see on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's probably
in the
why.
movies they copy the movies. Yes. Yeah.
And it's not like I'm old fashioned. I mean, I went to school where half my school in Ohio at Mifflin was half blacks. I got nieces and nephews. My problem just comes, and I'm not old fashioned either, because they're probably, that old Karen's just, she doesn't like the way he's applying it every 2 minutes is just really out there, and he keeps throwing gang stuff. If he was just trying to be silly and he was just drinking now and then and threw then it wouldn't be so, but it's literally 100 times in a video or something, and it's just he adds in the gang part of it, and it's and just the rest of it's not okay. This guy is not okay by any means. He might, Bruce.
Now, not pro-Trump or anti-Trump, this is true. I agree. Bruce Davis says Trump's not going to get Greenland. Not happening. No, it's not. It doesn't even make any sense. Now, the Panama Canal, that's a different story.
Panama.
Although even that is a stretch. The only reason why I say that there's a sliver, keyword sliver, is because America did build the Panama Canal, but they did give it away. So therefore,
Yeah, they do.
that they kind of lost the rights to it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, and Chosen One says, Ruby, you keep starting trouble. Australia will be next. Trump's gonna take Australia.
We call that cracker. What did we call it? Crackaroo town.
Yeah. Oh, did you show that?
What's that?
Did you show those?
No, I'm busy trying to make
Ruby
you.
says Guam is a U.S. territory, not a state of the U.S.
See what happened when I added the gelatin? That's why it's rolling. I'm rolling here, people.
Fine Eddie says I was in an SM in electronics and was blaring a rap song with N in it.
Oh well, I mean, hey, I mean, like I said, it's not the man's crime. The crime is him talking about he wants to smash and stay with 12-year-old kids and hunt them down here in Angel City, and the Filipino's going to help him. And then my problem is he's outright just asking for drugs everywhere, which, hey, ain't nothing wrong with a little smoky smoke. I'm going to tell you that right now, but he's in the wrong place to get caught for it. But he's also looking for the other stuff too. And he was just asking for trouble all the way around.
Jennifer Wilson says Canada is part of the Commonwealth. It's 6 countries strong
There you
and
go.
proud.
You take a bite.
Hmm?
Try a bite.
What, you made a sandwich?
Yeah, I made
A waffle sandwich?
keto waffle sandwich. Mostly it's non-white flour. There is flour in it, but it's like from India. It's chickpea and something else, high protein, all vitamins in it. So it's low carb, no sugar. So what do you think of that? The sugar sauce that I made, which is out of what was the sugar that I'm using? Monk fruit. I tried to make a maple syrup, but I guess when I added the gelatin and something else to make the maple syrup to make it thicker, it kind of turned it to almost a jelly-like. So he's got a maple syrup gelatin in the middle of it. So probably not bad, but it's not bad. I'm going to make flatbread today. I guess they call it roti or something over in India. What? It's possible. The guy does come early. I think we are expecting a delivery today.
Ada says the U.S. is not out of control. Just Trump is a clown, point blank.
Yeah, the people aren't. Everything that's no, it's. I just don't understand it. For once in my life, I would agree that something's just off. It's like he's doing some sort of sorcery thing. It's not okay what he's doing, but he's telling, like, whoever that blonde wigged out girl is, she doesn't answer anybody's question. She talks to him like a 2-year-old, like she's super smart. She only repeats what's on a piece of paper. She's about as dumb as that piece of paper. And she just, I don't know. It's.
But remember, whenever somebody says or does something off, just pay attention like this. Watch. Okay. Ready. Look at this pen. Look at this pen. Look at this pen. You know, you get my point.
I looked at that same pen last night for a long time, and it didn't get any bigger or any smaller than it did when I met you. Now, what do you want me to look at that pen for again?
So
what? I mean, what did you write on here?
What's that?
He wrote this to me when we first met on my birthday. He says, "Ever dearest Heidi, happy birthday to the most loving, bubbly bear. Love, Asian Pinlight."
It does say that. It does say that.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys
I'm very secure of myself. That's why I do that kind of stuff.
See, here's our photos here. That's our wedding photo at the top. 5 years ago. I have to count the dates. And that's us at Candy Palace recently. I meant to crop that a little better before we had it printed. It's one of those wall canvases. And that's where we met up with one of our members, Scott.
So you have to watch out whenever somebody does something off when it comes to politics, because that means they're up to something.
Who knows? Yeah, it's always politics, but I think the people are going to suffer. I mean, I know he's following through with some good things. I'm glad that they released the Epstein files or Epstein list, because that just blew my mind who was on that list. It didn't surprise us, not really. No. But I don't know, it just the whole world is just changing, and it's not like our grandparents type of changing. No, it's really changing. But it really makes you realize you have to rely on yourself 100%, and that'll wake the Americans up. So,
yeah, Patriot for Life says Trudeau is woke and broke.
I bet.
Ruby says, don't think any Commonwealth country will be interested in being part of the U.S. We're enjoying a good life, and I'm sure a lot of Americans wish they could only have.
Yep. Yeah. Kind of skimming through the last of these because we're going to be wrapping this up. Jennifer, LBCO Liquor Board of Ontario has pulled all state liquor. Billions lost to the states. The Ontario Liquor Board is the largest in the world.
Oh, because of the tariffs. That's what Jennifer's talking about.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on with that. But he said he wasn't. He did, and then said he wasn't, and then here it is again. So something is really off.
Patriot for Life, our products are sold worldwide. Now, to clarify about the tariff, Will it hurt the U.S.? Yes. Will it hurt the U.S. in the long run? No. Will it be better for the U.S. in the long run? Yes.
They asked her today, the blue chick or the blonde chick, her hair is bluish white, whatever she is. They asked that chick today about will things get worse before they get better, and she went all the way around the question. The president has done the things that he promised, and she just did that Jedi thing, and she never got to it. What the truth is, yes. If something's going to happen to Social Security, they're going to rearrange it. If something goes down with Medicare, Medicaid, they're going to shut everybody's off until they get rid of all the bad people, and children will be without their medical for a while. The ones that are getting assistance, that are middle class and that don't have money, or the elderly and all. There's just a lot getting ready to happen, and people should prepare for it. So it's going to be like the old days. You're really just going to have to rely on yourself, like it's 1801.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, what's going
I'm
on?
here now. I haven't seen any of these guys' vids.
Gotcha.
Expat Pepper. Interesting. Expat Pepper says he showed his ACR card in a vid. I know he was reported to the Bureau of Immigration and PNP. It's just a matter of time. Right? Again, the stuff we showed you, it's all in his videos. We never dox this guy, nor do we care to. But point being
Enough
is
that
he
he's out of
doxes
control.
himself.
Yeah, he's out of control.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Jeff Dave says, I date ladyboys in Angel City, and I'm a dude. Nothing wrong
Nothing
with that.
wrong with that.
If
You ain't gonna get that up. That's what.
That's your preference. That's your preference.
If that's the tickle that feathers your
If
ass.
you want to date guys, that's fine. If you want to date ladyboys, which again is not quite the same.
No
but
crime in that.
No, your sexual preferences
No
is your
crime.
sexual preferences. That's again. That's fine.
As a matter of fact,
now as long as they're of age, though, just saying.
Unless you run into the ones that have been going around with the stun guns, then it shows the wrong one. But all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. George's skeet. I'm not gonna get no skeet. We gotta break these two up before they make puppies. So, all right, guys. George, back down. Remove that. Yeah. So, yeah, anything that was dealing with that. So, unfortunately, we're not trying to put his name into the live whatsoever. I mentioned his first name. So, hey, what's going on? Brian is in the house. Philly is in the house.
Philippines. Good morning, Heidi, George, and Heidi. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Oh, hey, fine, Eddie. South all the way to Alaska. Wait a minute. How come Pine Eddie showed up?
What do you mean? Because you're already at the bottom, babe.
No. It's there. Yeah. Chosen one's not there.
I have no idea. I have to find out why. Could be on the other channel. I don't know.
Could be. Yeah.
Could be showing up not here, but it should show here. But all right, guys, well, we're going to wrap this up. Next live stream probably about Social Security and dealing with Social Security, or I may just do a live in between. We're lucky we even got George in here. He was still out horsing around this morning. I'm surprised you even had the energy for today. You better eat up because there'll be more going on. You need your strength.
Oh.
I'm going to ride that horse again. Giddy up, pony. Yay! Thank you for the pen light.
Right.
Thank you for being the light of my life.
I was going to say that.
Thank you.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Angela says bye. Victoria says thanks, Heidi. Slickrick says see you later. Goodbye, everyone. Ruby, stay safe, everyone. And again, thank you so much, Chosen One. Thank you so much, Ronald. Thank you so much, Pine Eddie. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. We love you all.
We will see you guys. Yeah.
Bye.
Until we get the strength again. See you guys later. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid man.